Hello YouTube, do you like Dwarf Fortress? Well, obviously not all of you, there's a billion or so people on YouTube, or maybe more. How many people watch YouTube? It's probably multiple billions, isn't it? They can't all like Dwarf Fortress, otherwise Tarn Adams would be making a shitloads more money, right? Maybe? I don't know. Should we play it? Anyway, let's do it. Let's do it, come on. So, up to the surface, let's take a peeky poo at what we've got going on. Now, there are some traders, but if I remember rightly, we traded with them last time, didn't we? Hello Vizek, welcome back. Thanks for joining us again. Dwarf Fortress doesn't have toilet mechanics. Someone get Toady. What, you think that maybe if Toady finagles Dwarf Fortress a bit and includes toilet mechanics in time, I may not need to go to the toilet? That would be interesting. A game that could, dispose of my fecal matter would be incredible. I don't know how it would be done. I feel like you'd need some kind of special hardware, right? Some kind of, pump, an attachment, some kind of girdle going underneath your body, underneath your, poo parts, right? Then again, that feels, I don't know. How does it work in a spacesuit? I think they just use nappies, don't they? Maybe I should just plumb for nappies. Because, as soon as you start getting into the mechanics of, taking care of poop for somebody, you're getting into sort of awkward territory, right? Either great discomfort or just a mess, right? The underslung girdle's never going to work. And certainly, I don't know how I feel about any kind of sort of mechanical bracket mating to my outflow, so to speak, right? I don't think they have push and click jointing, so that kind of thing. Oh, the dwarves. Oh, the dwarves are fine. Dwarves can't pee or poop. They don't need to worry about it. They'll be fine and dandy. Does anybody remember if we traded last time? Are these fresh traders sitting in our little depot here, or have we traded with them? Or have we not traded with them, rather? They've got yak balls, they've got a wagon. I'll tell you what, if my trader's in there, he's not. We're going to assume we have traded with them, because, normally I do, right? Normally I trade with them when they turn up. Sometimes I leave it as a cliffhanger at the end, but I think I've traded. Let's come down a little bit further and see what else we've got on the table. Nothing seems to have changed around here other than this enormous stockpile. Ah, yes, I remember what I did. I took advice from someone in chat and made a stockpile that only took from the clothes making workshops, so people wouldn't dump their tatty old bullshit in there, and then that can all get sold off. Nice. You know what? I'm going to make this an auto trade depot. Control T? No, just Shift T. And then the next time the old traders come, we can whisk everything in this stockpile up there and sell all the tatty shit, and then hopefully it'll all go back to normal. It'd be nice, wouldn't it? Hello, Archimedes. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us again. Please excuse me. Oh, by the way, if any of you happen to be in a rather low frame rate, sepia washed out area of Tacoma, near Tacoma Games, you may be interested in visiting it. They sell tabletop role-playing games, collectible card games, board games, polyhedral dice, miniatures, etc. Tell them I sent you and they'll talk to you about it. It'd be good. Like a little group therapy session. I saw this stream the other day and there was a guy playing Dwarf Fortress and it traumatised me. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe you enjoyed it. What are the odds that you'd carry on watching if it was traumatising you? Probably quite high. I don't really understand human psychology very well. Anyway, this floor has lost its interest for me. Let's go down a bit deeper, see what we can find. The barracks is looking good. The training is actually taking place. We've built the secondary barracks up the top there. That's nice. We've got the hospital empty. Do you remember those days when the hospital was full and nobody was getting cured? Do you remember that? All it took was one bloody chief medical dwarf. All it took was just one little noble wandering around sorting things out. Kinda makes me feel sick, really. The idea of the nobility taking over and fixing shit. Makes me feel... Anyway, enough of that. Let's have a little look down here. We've got plenty of stuff in the stockpiles for turning into metal. Although, having said that, I think gold nuggets and native copper and all that are actually technically metal in the first place, right? We're just melting it down, turning it into bars. Two cats yelling! Welcome to the stream. I don't know if I used the right emphasis there. I see that my name, Scoundrel, has a certain obvious point of extension, whereas two cats yelling being 3 words, a triconcatenation, makes me wonder where I should add that extended vowel. It's not a vowel, is it? You've used a consonant, it doesn't have to be a vowel. I could go two cats yelling or two cats yelling. I could try going two cats yelling, but I don't think that'll work. Next time I'll figure it out. Okay, so we've got all this going on here. They're making serrated green glass discs. That's fantastic. We've got 0 idlers by the look of things. That's very nice to see. Down here we've got a few bedrooms. That's all good. The carpenter's not got any wood, which is not ideal, but we'll see how that plans out. And then down here on the stone floor, we've got a load of rhyolite that needs dumping. And with that in mind, I'm going to apply those dumping orders. Here they go. Dump, my little dwarves, dump. Dump till your hearts can dump no more. And then, what else do I want to do? Go into the stock screen and undump all the wheelbarrows. That feels like it would be a good move. W-H-E-E-L. Wheelbarrow. There we go. If I say Control-N, that will filter out everything that doesn't have a label. And then it's all Shift-D until we get the whole list done. Hooray. Marvellous. Okay, so they should start dumping that stone ASAP. And then down here, the dining hall, the library appears to be all smoothed. Did I set the engraving orders yet? I don't think we did we? Let's do that. D-E. There we go. Engrave stone. Ooh, very nice. There we go, into the orthoclase walls and down here to the rhyolite walls. I think I might be playing Dwarf Fortress too much. I'm starting to recognise the types of stone. That's a worrying thought. What we've got here is a little bridge waiting for its lever, which should allow us to seal off these exploratory tunnels. The idea of this little area here being that we want to go down deep and find some sweet, sweet candy, which would be nice, wouldn't it? I've set the dig orders for building the stairs, but I am slightly concerned we're going to intersect these old caverns. I note that the area we can see doesn't fully extend. Also, what's this bullshit here? Why is this red? What's on that? A spattering of troglodyte blood. I feel like that feels like it's connected to the caverns, doesn't it? Okay. Slight change of plan. I don't want troglodyte blood getting all over my stuff. That's no good. What we should do, I think, is get rid of these stairs I've already decided to dig, and then look for where we know there isn't any cavern. Over, he says, pointing at the screen with his finger. Over here. So if we dig a tunnel from... Go down the floor. Oh, for Christ's sake. Go down one floor. And then there. Good. And then the tunnel digs off thusly. Like that. And then we come over here. And then we go down like this. I'm going to come down to here. This concerns me. This feels like we may be delving into arenas that we shouldn't be, but we'll see how it pans out. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. I've unpaused everything. It's going to be fine. Everybody calm down. Stop exploding all over the place. And let's put a few choke points in here, just so that we can have a little bit of a trap fest, right? A little bit of a trap fest. Lovely. Little separate gauntlet rooms that we can put spinning blade traps in and the like. And then hopefully it will stop whatever comes up from the depths. That's the dream, anyway. That's the ideal. Okay, nobody seems to be coming to do this digging right now, but that's fine. We'll let that pass. We'll just come up here and take a look at the rhyolite stockpile. Are they shifting it? Nobody's shifting the rhyolite. What is everybody up to? I feel like the best way to check that would be to go to Dwarf Therapist, right? Ugh. Ah, that's better. That's better. Stock level for rock goblets is low. Cannot produce rock goblet or wooden ball. Now, what about rock goblets is making them impossible to produce? Surely they are fairly straightforward. It's not like we're lacking stone anywhere. Oh, anyway, let's have a little look here. Boom, boom, boom. I read these dwarves. 72 adults, 1 child, and 0 vulnerable babies. Let's sort by current job. We've got a lot of people watching demonstrations by the look of things. In combat drills, that's fine. I don't mind people being in combat drills. Someone there decorating with horn/hoof. Planting plump helmet spawn. Weaving cloth. Okay, so far so good. Storing items in stockpiles. 3 dwarves sleeping, a few dwarves drinking, some dwarves eating. And this is bringing items to the depot. Maybe we didn't trade. Maybe we didn't trade at the end of last stream. I'll tell you what, I know he'll know if we did or didn't. Hello, Sal. Do you remember if I traded at the end of last session? Do you have any information that might enlighten us a little bit? Let's call the trader up just in case, shall we? Let's get the trader up there. I mean, I'm seeing a lot of green glass goblets in there, so I'm assuming we did trade with them, right? I mean, if I do trade with them, it might give me a chance to get rid of all that tatty clothing out of the... Look, they've moved it all. Well, not all of it. They've moved a lot of it. Oh, getting dumped, are we? Intriguing. Okay, that's crap, that's crap, that's crap. What about this? That's not. That's an artifact. Oh my goodness. Probably that leather thingy. The medieval bumming trousers, if I remember. Hello, Butternut Squash. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us again. Hope you're having a good evening. This webcam's not doing very well at all, is it? In fact, I would say this webcam's looking a bit bullshit. Anemic isn't the word, because it's more sepia. It's less anemic and more sepia. You know what, I think I might have to get rid of it in a minute. It's annoying me that it's not set quite right. And you know what it's like. Your eye gets drawn to it and you're going, what is this bullshit? Plus, I mean, if I turn the webcam off, I can just sit here in my pants and cool down, because it's a bit warm. It's a bit warm. Yeah, I tried to set the white balance, but it didn't seem to want to do it, so... That's true, there wasn't much Dwarf Fortress last time. I shall do my best to remedy that situation tonight, though. We will attempt to at least progress a little bit. Just a teensy-weensy bit of Dwarf Fortress progression. Let's call Burrow 3 up and get Jazz Hands in there. S-J-A-Z-Z. Bosh, in you go, Jazz Hands. We need some trading done. All that clothing must be disposed of, and the easiest way to do it is to give it to people willing to trade for it, even though they have absolutely nothing we want. Just shitty produce all round. Humans. Are they humans? Yeah, they're all humans. That's nice, isn't it? Let's trade. Okay, so all this tatty clothing can go right now. There we go. See, what I can do as well, once we've got this one sorted and we don't have to worry about the tatty clothing going in the wrong one, what I can do is I can set up another clothing stockpile that just takes anything, and because the other one is being fed by the workshop, then only the tatty stuff will end up in that pile? Is that how it works? Is that how the game works? I don't know, I've only been playing it for about 10 years. How could I have possibly picked up any information about its inner workings? It looks like we've taken all of their bars, so, I mean, all they've got left really is gemstones. Should we buy some gemstones just for the hell of it? They've got round yellow diamond cabochons for 300. It's not the worst in the world. Got some basalt blocks, native silver blocks. Could buy some ropes and clay. That'll be alright. Right, how much value are they taking? Oh, they're making a loss. Holy shit. Alright, I'll have a green glass disc. Have 2. Go on. How does that make you feel? Tingly? Warm inside? A spreading warmth in your undergarments like an involuntary urination? Involuntary? Involuntary. Please excuse me. Okay. That's all good. That's all good. We'll just do that trade. Are you sure you want to trade the selected goods? Of course I'm sure. Of course I'm sure. There we go. And we sold all of our crappy old clothing. Very nice. Very happy about that. Let's let Jazz Hands go. Let my Jazz Hands go. Go into there. C. S. Jazz. There we go. Good. Right, okay, so that's all sorted. Nice. Now, I'm having a few thoughts here. Those thoughts revolve around the things I keep seeing in the trading wagons that I have not supplied to my dwarves. And I think what I might do is start putting up production queues for water skins, flasks, backpacks, things of that ilk. Is that worthwhile doing? Oh, Sal said a lot and I've missed it all. Stockpiles will call from each other, so it might transfer clothes from the good pile to the tatty pile, but it's worth trying. Involuntary. Spoken like a true northerner. My dad is a northerner, thank you very much. I have quite a few northern people in my family. All my cousins live in St Helens, which is not as north as you can go, but, you know, I live in London. Pretty much everywhere is north for me. The Guild of Glens has many members in Cryptbeards. Are you a Glen? Join the guild, and now requires a grand guild hall. The location must be built and furnished with the hall designated for a farmer guild. Do you approve this request? I do, but I feel like we may already have fulfilled the criteria, because we have a farmer's guild right here. The Guild of Glens. Glenny. There we go, citizens only. Oh, look how close we are to the next level. I mean, it's just going to take a couple of bits and bobs and it will all be sorted. Have we got any statues? Build. Is it S? It is. Hooray! Let's put it in planning mode. And I am... Oh, Dingo Dongo's been missing for a week. I remember what happened to him. He was suffering from terrible psychological issues and we ended up having to send him to the Smasher. I mean, the recuperation room. There we go. Those statues in the Farmers Guild. Hopefully they're of relevant things. I mean, maybe there's a few statues of farmers or farm equipment. It's probably not, is it? It's probably going to be highly inappropriate, just like statues of warriors and trolls and whatnot. Thoroughly irrelevant to farming, yet somehow still giving the fortress a little boost in value. No true northerner. Ah, a northerner is a sliding scale depending on where you live. I mean, if you live in Antarctica, right? Or Australia, pretty much, right? Live on the south coast of Australia, pretty much everybody in the world is a northerner. Full of wildlings, that's what it's like. No, I mean, obviously, if you're from Newcastle, then St Helens and that kind of way is a bit southern, but well, for them, everything that Scotland is, right? Well, I mean, within the UK. As much as that will be a thing for very much longer. Is this all tatty clothing going in, or are they putting the cack stuff back? Look. There's a ton of tatty bullshit. Why is this tatty bullshit going in here? There's nothing but tatty bullshit. Question mark. Qu'est-ce que c'est? Je ne pas comprendre. Wanker. Anyway, so this one's got leather shoes in. Let's get some backpacks made up, shall we? I think that seems like a sensible move. I'm going to make leather backpacks. There we go. And I'm going to say Alt-W. Yes, I'd like to make it repeat. And I would like to make backpacks of any leather. 5 to 10, please. Thank you very good. Thank you very good. Thank you very much. Hello, Dr. Ifio, Dr. Ifio, Driffio? Welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining us. And don't feel weirded out by the fact that I acknowledged what you said and then said hello to you. That's perfectly normal here. Don't worry. Let's question mark. Why am I suddenly making water skins? That was actually what I wanted to make, but how did the game know that? Creepy. You've been harvesting my data, Dwarf Fortress. How dare you? I'm only going to let you get away with it because pretty much every other fucking company in the world is doing it. Not that Dwarf Fortress is a company. Heavens no. I've just realised we should be making metal flasks out of thingy, shouldn't we? SRC. There we go. We should be making them out of metal. Drinking flasks. Classically made of metal. Surely it's a wineskin if it's made of leather, right? So if I go down... Actually, we need the stockpiles for them first, don't we? So, thinking on that, do we store them in here? This is mainly for stone-based stuff, right? Can't store them here. That would be unacceptable. Now, near the booze might make a good place to put flasks, right? Any order of operations is fine by me. Oiford? Is that you? Well, there's Lancashire, Cumbria, Yorkshire and Northumberland above St Helens, so only a couple of 100 miles to the Scottish border. That's true. It's maybe not that far north. From someone down here, though, in the deep dark south, it does sound very northern. Some migrants have arrived. Oh, heavens above. Let's take a little look and see who's turned up. They're the only people in the fortress who aren't cave adapted, so maybe we should get them to chop some trees on their way down. That might be a good move. Then again, that would be like, actually trying. I'm not try hard, come on. That's not cool. So let's put the flasks, I mean, realistically, somewhere around here, right? In these little stockpile rooms. But I'm trying to get rid of the stockpiles in these rooms. This floor is like the starter zone, and it's all very chaotic. I want to kind of turn as much of it as I can to military purposes. Blah, blah, blah. I'm going to just put the stockpiles here. I'm presuming flasks are finished goods, so I'm going to say G for finished goods. I'm going to go 2 by 6. That is 6, isn't it? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. And then I'll click and say no bins, please. And I would like to restrict this to purely flasks. There we go. Flasks. Lovely. We haven't actually put the order in for making those, have we? Shit. Are backpacks in this as well? They are. Okay. In that case, say P. Make another one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Click on there. Come on. There we go. S will disable the animals. Walk and talk and squawk with the animals. And then we'll go back to finished goods. Enable that. Forbid everything. And go up to bark parks. Should keep only 10 of those. Get rid of the bins. Lovely. And then if we go to the metalsmith's workshops, we can put orders in for the flasks. Did I put that order in already? Am I being a papague? Breastplate, high boot, gauntlet, warhammer, helm and greaves, forged iron, short sword. This one hasn't got anything in. Let's ask for some other objects made of... We'll have copper for its antibacterial properties. And then we'll see, there's flasks. Look, should have gone from the bottom, but never mind. There we go. Alt W, yes. Repeat, Shift A, and Enter, and that should be the job done. Lovely. Hello, Righteous. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us. How goes things in the world of the boner? Oh, you're talking to Righteous. Sorry, I was getting confused for a second. I thought you were talking about all of maleness, all of mandom. That's right, mandom. It's a thing. It's not. Right, where are we? We've got flasks, we've got backpacks. What other curios and weird oddities can we create now? I've got some finished goods stockpiles around here, haven't I? So maybe I should go to these and remove backpacks and flasks from the things they're allowed to store. No flasks, please. Scepters, crowns, rings, earrings, large gems, totems, backpacks. There we go. Tools and codices. Ah, yes! That's something we can do. That's a little bit of progress we can make. Let's start putting some bookcases... Oh, they haven't finished the engraving. That's right, we can wait for that. We can wait for that. It'll be good. Hello, Dragonfire. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us again. Did we buy more musical instruments recently? I could probably bung some of them in the old dining hall, couldn't I? Let's check it out. Build musical instruments. Are they in here? They are. Instruments. We already have 10. Capital I is instruments. Let's bung one there. Ooh, a basin. Shift I. There we go. Another earthenware basin. I mean, I'm all about the basin. All about the basin. I was about to try and launch into a little bit of music there, but as we all know, that's not my strong suit. All I can do is simulate musical instruments. I'm not capable of producing any kind of actual, original works. Heavens above. That's madness. Purely copying from this poor lad. Okay, there we go. We've got a big old load of instruments in that room. Hopefully people will start whirling and twirling and dancing merry jigs all about the place. It'll be good. It'll be very nice. A beach vacation on Thursday. Ooh, very exciting. Very exciting indeed. I mean, the beach is not really my neck of the woods. Not my kind of place. But you know what? I don't think there's a problem with other people liking it. being the whitest guy from Africa. My goodness, so surely it's hard to not get any kind of tan. I mean, well, actually, no, thinking about it, how far away from the equator does Africa spread? Like North Africa, quite close. In fact, on it. But South Africa goes quite far south, doesn't it? Mind you, you're in Egypt, very much equatorial, sort of within the tropics, I'm sure. Ah, dear, oh dear. Come on, Dwarf Fortress. Get those walls engraved. What's this thing here? Why am I seeing... Oh, it's a pond turtle. Oh, okay. As opposed to a river or oceanic turtle, maybe? I'm not sure. I'm slightly concerned about the willingness my dwarves have to move musical instruments into place, but the unwillingness they seem to display actually setting up traps, which I feel are a bit more dwarfy than musical instruments. You know, I'm not saying musical instruments are undwarven, but I am saying spinning green glass blade traps are definitely more dwarven than musical instruments. That's a good point, actually. Yeah, if you stay inside long enough, you can get one of like a pasty LCD tan like mine. Oh yeah. Yep. I'd go out in the sun for a couple of seconds and I'm just like brown, completely brown. Mainly because probably my son doesn't see that much skin. My son doesn't see that much skin? Weird. My skin doesn't see that much sun throughout most years. I do try to avoid going outside. Although I am yet to experience the Gollum-like transformation that I was promised by my mother. When I was a child, she was like, oh, don't stay indoors, go outside. As mothers do. But hey. Sorry, I went off in a little reverie there for a moment. Shall we have a look and see if that rhyolite stockpile has been moved? Not a single stone of it has been put in place. Have I disabled the dump? That might be the case. Let's just check to see if the dump is disabled. No, it's very much active. Yet nobody moves. Intriguing. Well, that's okay. That's okay. We've got the flasks and the... Oh, no backpacks yet. Alright, well the backpacks will get sorted. Did I put in the orders for making them yet? I'm pretty sure I did in the leather workers. I'm not even going to check properly. There's people walking around with leather. They know what they're doing. What's all this? Cave spider silk dress. Sheep wool dress. Giant white stork leather. So why is all the shit stuff going in here as well, right? Because I did say take from a clothier's workshop. Is there... Ah, hey, we'll take from anywhere. Oh! There we go. Okay, now we're on target. The next traders will clear out the pipeline, and from thenceforth things shall be very, very, very different. Good. In that case, let's make another finished goods stockpile for clothing, and I'm going to pop it in here with all this other bobbins. And that's our tatty clothing pile. If I click there, go into S, and say forbid everything except for armour, footwear, headwear, handwear, legwear. Good? I think we're good. Also forbid metal stuff, don't want any of that shit. I don't think there are any stone or clay clothings, no gems. This should be fine, right? Leather, yeah, it's gonna be fine. Take all types because we can sell it, even if it's just tatty. So that should result in tatty tat shit tat going in here, and then all the good new shit going in here. That's the dream. That is the dream. Okay, leather and cloth looking okay. Let's have a little look at chat. Egypt isn't as far south as you'd think. It's about as far south as Florida. I've always seen Florida as pretty far south, I have to say. But I've never been there, so I couldn't tell you. Hello, Life of Ryan B. You've learned something new within seconds of joining. Oh, you're probably talking about what Sal said. Very unlikely you're talking about anything I said. Any of the nonsense that gibbers out of my mouth. Blah, 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 blah. Let's put some holes in this wall near where the workshops are, just so that we can get some pass-through, right? It's annoying that they have to keep pathing up here and going over all this shit. That's not necessary. That's not necessary at all. Okay. Coming down here, not seeing anything interesting going on here. It looks like they're popping all of the spinning green glass discs back into the stockpile after the traders leave. That's good. Now they're allowed to go into bins, so I'm not sure why they're not going into bins. Not optimal, but we'll see how it pans out. Oh, was that our first? No, I thought our first backpack was going into storage, but apparently not. It was just another flask. Oh, a zinc flask there. Okay, sure. Ooh, a science write-up. I haven't seen that yet. I haven't gone through the Dwarf Portrait Reddit for a couple of days properly. I really should. Oh, the stockpile take from option. Yeah, I wasn't aware I had to turn it on. I thought if we just had it as a thing, it would do it, but apparently not. The equator passes through Ecuador in South America. Florida isn't even subtropical. Really? It's not within the tropics? That seems unusual. That seems surprising. Very surprising. Oh well. Never mind. Turns out Florida, practically Alaska. Practically. No, not even close, really. Ah, right. Have they finished engraving that that library yet? Not at all. There's a lot of engraving left to be done. How about the mining? No. Not one pick has been swung since I put those orders in. What's the deal here? Why are you taking so long, game? What is this all about? And why is there so much clothing strewn about the dining hall? I feel like that's something that shouldn't be there, right? An alpaca wool dress. Is it tatty? It is tatty. What's this? A pair of underpants? Zolak Scorpion numbers the Goblin? Question mark. Oh, that's him down there. I'm not looking at that. I want to look. Oh, it's a willow crutch. Okay. What about this? A copper sill. That's not what we're looking for. Ah, sheep wool dress. It's all tat. It's all tatty McTatnat. Oh, wait. Someone's vomiting in the hot corridor. Who was that? Was that you? Ast? That better get cleaned up quickly. We don't want vomit on the food floor. That's the worst place it could be, barring it being on somebody. And then it's only a bad thing for them, when anyone has to interact with them, obviously. Nobody wants to interact with a chunky stranger, as in covered in chunks. Florida is on average an ocean biome. Ah, not a swamp. Not a swamp. I keep talking about it, but I saw this program from Florida where there were these people whose job it was to hunt down escaped lizards and other reptiles, and they're like always on the hunt for a Komodo dragon. They're like fantasizing about what it would be like if a Komodo dragon came rushing out of the swamps at them. And I'm sitting there thinking, surely a Komodo dragon would drown. Very much a dry land animal. It's not like the kind of thing, not like a giant anaconda or something, or a boa constrictor that could thrive in the swampy areas. It'd be fucked if there was a flood, and they were being called in after a flood to look for crocodiles, which very much do like a swampy environment. Or probably alligators. Who knows? Florida is the haunted biome IRL, you reckon? I mean, I heard that the reason you hear so much wacky shit coming out of Florida is partially because that's where a lot of wacky shit happens, but also because they're one of the states in America that actually has all of their criminal proceedings published by law. It immediately becomes public domain and public record when people are arrested and stuff like that. Whereas I think other places have some sort of slower process for it appearing. So it's easy for news people to get wacky shit from Florida because there's always a constant stream of it available. Or maybe I'm just giving Florida too much credit. Maybe I should be saying, take that with a pinch of salt. Florida is a fucking nightmare. Excuse me, a little burp there. Bringing back fond memories of today's dinner. Stuffing, roast potatoes. I've actually got a bit of stuffing in the fridge wrapped up in foil. And I'm tempted to eat it, but I'm also cautioned by my memories of the last time I ate an inordinate amount of stuffing. There was a whole pack that I ate that time, and that didn't really sit well in the old gutty works. Although having said that, where I've been feeling a little loose, my my bot has been very long neck goose like. Maybe I need the stuffing to bind me up a bit, give me a little bit of substance in there, stem the tide, so to speak. Or maybe not. Maybe this isn't ideal material for stream talk. Maybe the brown place should be avoided. But then again, if I did avoid the brown place, it would be a different stream, wouldn't it? It would be a very different affair here. And we'd have an entirely more respectable, classy crowd coming in. Not like you reprobates, coming here for all the poo jokes and the... Oh dear. We're so far north that everything seems very south. I suppose so. I mean, I love stuffing. Sage and onion stuffing is one of life's great pleasures in my mind. There's also a couple of cold roast potatoes, which have gone a little bit greasy and yeah, but pop a bit of salt on them and ooh, they're still good. They're still fine. Crazy fires and crazy people sound like a real disaster. If there's anywhere that's not going to have fires, though, surely Florida's it, right? I mean, the fires can only burn for so long in swampland. Or maybe not. Maybe I'm crazy. Oysters are also good in stuffing, says Darren Sutherland. Intriguing. I've never even heard of that as a suggestion. Oysters? I've heard chestnuts, but not oysters. Oh, I'll have to look that up. Oyster stuffing. But is it Paxo? I missed that stuff. I've had a hard time finding it over here in the US. It's not branded Paxo, I'm afraid. It's probably Sainsbury's own brand stuffing. It might even still be. It is on the table. The box is on the table. My son asked me what it was made of while we were eating it. So I got the box out of the cupboard and had a little look. It's basically just flour, onions, and sage and parsley. It's this. There we go. Sage and onion stuffing mix. I mean, I was going to say I've learnt my lesson about not eating a whole pack of this to myself, but I've done it more than once, so maybe the lesson didn't stick quite as well as I thought. We have fires every few years. Oh. Interesting. I wouldn't have thought that was the thing, but then again, I suppose it can't all be swamp. It can't all be, bayou and cypress trees, can it? There has to be some dry land, otherwise where would people live? On boats, I suppose. Does Florida even have a fire department? I'm almost certainly sure it does. Surely. It's a big... do they have to rely on the Disneyland fire department? Is it Disneyland or World that's in Florida? It's one of them, isn't there? There's one over in California and there's one in Florida. Unless I'm very much mistaken. Looks like Paxo stuffing in the US is mostly bread cube based. Paxo was a lot finer and that looks pretty fine too. That's good stuff. That's nice. I like it. We have a lot of pine tree farms used for paper making. Ah, heavens above. Interesting. I didn't know they had pine forests. Amazing. Disney World. Ah, okay. I've never been to either. Kel's been to Disneyland Paris, but I don't think that's quite the same. When I went to France, I kept it real and went to Parc Asterix. Ignore me. God, I remember my defining memory of Parc Asterix is my mum walking along the road with my dad just slightly behind her and out of her peripheral vision, and a mime sidling up behind her and holding her hand and walking along for about a minute down the road, and then she turned to look at him and she screamed, nearly fainted. Oh, it made me laugh. It made me laugh. Poor old Mumsy. Poor old Mumsy. I must have only been about 10 or 11. Still remember it well. I also remember the fact that nobody queued. Nobody queued. It was like rides with a queuing area and people just sort of sauntered in as they felt it was they had a right to, apparently. Drove my dad pretty up the wall. I was a bit young to have opinions at that point. Some of the mining has been done. Someone has started digging stuff out. Oh, well, I never. Oh, well, tell me more. Let's put some doors down here, because I feel like having a little bit of doorage to prevent ingress is usually a good idea. Helps us out a bit. Is that a pillar or... That looks okay. Looks fine. Also, maybe some traps, although looking at my current trap setup, it doesn't look like they're building them that fast. Maybe I should be getting somebody more dedicated to mechanics. Because I feel like, although we have a stockpile of mechanisms, and we have like a standing order. They haven't made any for quite a while, and therefore are probably a touch on the rusty side. Touch me on my rusty side, baby. So what do we do about that? Do we say assign a few more in Dwarf Therapist and then take the brakes off of mechanism production? Do we double the amount we keep in stock and attempt to start blasting through the backlog we have? Because as long as we've got one workshop, it means if we've got 2 mechanics and 1 workshop, there will always be somebody working on installations and somebody making mechanisms, right? I feel like one of the things we've got now as a problem is there's not enough people designated to do the job. In fact, we may not even have a mechanic. Let's go to Dwarf Therapist. Let's figure this out. Let's rub our brains together and see if we can start a fire. So, mechanics. I do have 2 mechanics. One of them, however, is... What do you do? Vampire! Okay, let's pause everything for a second. It looks like things have happened that I've not been keeping track of. First of all, 72 adults, 1 child, and 0 vulnerable babies. Is that the population has increased even further? Let's have a little look here at the newest migration wave. What can you tell me about yourselves, chaps? You got any... Oh my God, he's been here for 2 migration waves. 3 if you count a baby. Is that a baby? That's not even a baby. That's a professional crossbowman. Heavens above. So, Kib. Kib. Spinning the thread, eh? Spinning the thread. Weaving the skein of fate, are you? Taking people's lives into your own hands? Or rather mouth? Is that what you're up to? Suckling on the arteries of my fortress? Ugh. That's a horrible thought. I can't be sleeping at 4 a.m. today, so unfortunately I have to go to sleep. Good night, everyone. Nighty night, Righteous. We'll be quiet. We'll try not to disturb you. Although you probably should stop watching. I mean, if you really want to get to sleep. Otherwise, you'll be sitting there all bleary-eyed. Last night, I was foolish enough to stay up all night watching an absolutely excellent Blender tutorial about the fluid simulator by some Indian guy, and about halfway through, I was sort of having weird dreams about being talked to, having someone whisper in my ear. It was very strange. Very strange indeed. Where were we? So, my new migrants are a milker and another milker, singularly unimpressive characters. However, the wave prior to that had a couple of peasants in it. And you know what? Peasants are pretty bloody valuable. Blank slates they are. Tabula rasa, if you will allow me a little bit of Latin. Okay, so we've got to do something about this vampire, haven't we? We can't just leave him wandering around the fortress sucking people's blood out. That's no good. That's a damn shame. So let's look. Is he... 96 kills. Heavens above. One of them is a notable kill. Ushrir Portal Metal, the dwarf. 95 other kills, including 38 goblins, 32 humans, 17 dwarves, 5 elves, 2 trolls, and 1 disaster of Silverthroat. Presumably he's only killed 2 elves because they taste disgusting, right? They've got to. They've got to have absolutely foul blood. Unbelievably poorly tasted. Poorly tasted? Poorly flavoured, I would say. Hello, Blade. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us. Looks like 2 with 25 kills in the next batch too. You're right, actually. Although I did notice them last time. I did note that they had arrived. And maybe it's time to start thinking about our second squad, and perhaps even a third. If we can start getting that vampire segregated into his own little training zone, maybe we could do something special with him. Make him into a super special lad. It's tough to say. It's tough to say. Let's go back and take a little look at the layout of the fortress while we're paused. Think about where we can pop him. Where can we pop that little sausage, eh? Where do they put him? I'm thinking if we make a special vampire barracks on the other side from this barracks, it should work out fine, right? What could possibly go wrong using vampirism as a military technology, right? The military blood complex can't possibly have any negative consequences, right? So what we're doing here is we're going to make... actually, you know what? Let's change that. I'm going to put a doorway here, put 2 empty space, wall, wait. Wall. There's the start of it. So make a little atrium here. There's our little entryway. There we go. Make that even, symmetrical. Nice. That's going to be our little airlock room, which we can put stuff in to give to the vampire. Then, beyond that, we're going to do a slightly smaller room. This is going to be what I'm going to call my sacrificial chamber. We're going to have a special bed in there, so if we want to get rid of someone by vampire feeding, we just lock them in this room and open up the other area. And then on the other side, here we go, let's go for a nice... Oh, look at this. Ooh, very fancy. Very fancy indeed. This is going to be a lovely bedroom slash barracks for the vampire. Or is it? Do we make it a bedroom slash barracks, or do we not bother with that? I want to make it quite fancy so he doesn't go. We doesn't have to go to the smasher. That's the problem. Anyone else hear an electrical hum while Scoundrel is speaking? Hold on. It might be the background of my. Yep. It seems like the pump on my fridge has kicked in. Bear with me 1 second. How's that? Did that deal with it? Did that cut out the noise? Is that working? No, I could see in the waveform. Yeah, the pump on my fridge kicks in every now and again. We've got a fridge and we've got a fridge freezer and a freezer, and either of them can make an annoying noise in the background. Okay, so right, let's keep thinking about this. I think this should be enough. I mean, we're not going to get 10 vampires, are we? Or are we? Maybe we are. Maybe I do need to make it a more substantial facility. Alright, what I'm going to do... This is going to be... It's going to be awkward to enlarge down the line, so I'm going to make it a bit bigger. We're going to move this over here. There we go. Right, there's the expanded facility. This can be like the bedroom, and then we'll have some kind of training zone slash armor depot up here. It should be good. It should be good. Also, I've just realised I've made that all priority 3, which is lower priority than the stuff I've already got them digging down below. So let's make this priority number 1. Priority uno. There we go. All the way along there. Bonk. All the way down there. Bonk. And then... Oh, it's all got to be priority 1, hasn't it? Unless I redo everything else. Priority 4. Let's go down to the tunnels we've got down here. What have we got? What have we got going on down here? That's all priority 2. I think if we turn that down to priority 5, that should yield significantly better digging. In fact, we don't need to turn it all to 5, do we? Just the stuff that's exposed. And they'll come back down later on and do it. Right, we've finished that, unpaused it. Now we can let the game progress a little, knowing that we have at least paid some lip service to the idea of dealing with our vampiric presence. Vampire. It's good. It's nice. I like it. Is the vampire confirmed? The vampire... I don't know. It may have had a confirmation at some point. Sorry, terrible joke. Yeah, it's definitely a vampire. 100% cheaty boy confirmed. He's a cheaty boy. He likes to use dwarf hack a lot. Let's see if we've got any backpacks in our stockpiles yet. Any backpacks coming along? Ooh, we have. How exciting. You know what? Some of those engravings downstairs have actually been done already, haven't they? Like all that top left corner can have bookshelves put in it. So, with that in mind, let's build and then try and find bookcases. Alt-C. Ah, such intuitive key bindings. Enter, there we go. Oh, in fact, I should probably see if it can go in... Oh, it can't be done in planning mode. Stick it up, you poo shoot. I'm not happy with you. Ah, okay. Let's just keep doing Alt-C. Banging down our orthoclase bookcases, presumably. No quartzite. Come on, scoundrel. Get with the program, sir. There we go. That's all our bookcases placed. And sooner or later, that will be a lovely library. Let's check to see if the Guild of Glens has its Grand Guild Hall. It does. Nice. So has the Glove Chamber. What about the Cave of Turquoise? Got a Grand Guild Hall. Lovely. The Guild of Oils. Heavens above. Heavens above. In the still of the night you hear the wolf howl, honey, sniffing around your door, as they said in that band once. Scorpions, I think. Whitesnake, not Scorpions. Come on, scoundrel. Remember your big hairbands. Remember your big hairbands. For fat ponytails. Hello, Wishcraft for you too. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us again. I always have the I'm a dirty cheater thing switched on. Why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I? Life goes so buttery smooth when you cheat. Oh, thank you very much for following. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. And of course, I'm not going to call you out. I'm just going to respond. I'm not going to call you out and say your name and stuff like that, because that is bad Twitch etiquette, according to the subreddit. Mind you, I don't know if I should listen to the r/Twitch subreddit for advice, because it's not exactly what you'd call on fire right now. I mean, not in a good way. I mean, you could say it was on fire in a bad way, but I don't think it's quite that bad. It's not a dumpster fire. Not by a long shot. Why is only one of my miners doing this? I'm supposed to have an enormous number of miners in this fortress, and yet they seem utterly incapable of working. Come on, let's sort by nothing. No, that's sorting by age, idiot. Sort by nothing, over onto the labours screen, and then get my miners in. Yeah, loads of miners. This guy's digging, but these two are sleeping. This one's harvesting plants, question mark. Why? This guy's doing what? Decorating with shell. Question mark? Oh, because he's really good at it, that's why. Maybe I should just... Let's get the peasants in. Let's get the peasants in. Where are they? Profession, got a couple of peasants here. Grab a pick, each of you, and get on with becoming the newest front line in the war against stone. It's going to be good. It's going to be very good. You're going to be yanking rocks out of the walls, left, right and centre, and bringing great value to the fortress. Reddit is fun bollocks to begin with. Your stream, mate, not theirs. That's very true. That's very true. Oh, and hello, Art of Stuttering. Now that you've piped up in chat, I'll call you out as much as I like. I will say your name and shout it from the rooftops. Not literally, of course. That would upset my neighbours. It's gone midnight. I think it would probably start a street war if I did that. If I climbed up onto the roof and started yelling, Art of Stuttering! Art of Stuttering! They're all going to get a little bit exercised, I think. But hey, maybe that's their problem. It's a popular Reddit. The state of not being a dumpster fire is notable. That's true, Ravelin. It could be a hell of a lot worse. Well, it depends. Butternut Squash, you go to the right Reddit and you might get... I mean, if you read r/Dwarf Fortress, of course, I think you can probably take most of the advice there on its face value, right? Or maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe Sal's lying to us. What have you got to say for yourself, madam? What is this? Some kind of lying festival? Some kind of gathering of not truth tellers? That's a terrible phrase. Oh, I should have thought that through before I started saying it, shouldn't I? Oh, there you go. There she is saying exactly what I was saying there. No problem, Art. No problem, Art. I was watching old, what's his name? God, Saint Ravage today. You know that guy we raided a little while ago? He's playing Red Dead Redemption 2. He's moved on to Detroit Become Human. I had a bit of fun watching that. Going for the old Bishop memes when he gets out into his wheelchair. It's good. Good. I enjoyed those games. Some people think they're shit, and there's valid criticisms of the director, but you know what? The games themselves are a lark. Good old Japes. Okay, maybe they'd just think, oh no, he started an art project that just involves shouting the word art on the roof. I could probably argue that with the police. I mean, obviously, something being art doesn't stop it being illegal. I reckon if I robbed a bank and sort of called it some kind of performance installation, I think they'd quite rightly take me to court over it. Then again, who knows? Who knows? Maybe Maybe there would be some visionary art collector working in the upper echelons of the banking system who said, actually, I think this is a valid form of expression, and as such, we're going to give you some kind of crazy grant using bank money. It's unlikely. Highly unlikely, in fact. Highly, highly unlikely. I would go as far as to say possibly impossible. But then again, what is and isn't possible? I was watching an interview today with Stephen Wolfram, and he seems to think he's come up with some kind of fundamental theory of everything. Which if he has, hooray! And if he hasn't, oh well. Next time. If I tried telling untruths on the DF subreddit, I'd be called out so hard. That's true. There is, I would call it peer review. I was going to call it something else, but peer review is the good way to look at it in Dwarf Fortress, r/Dwarf Fortress. There's enough people there who know what they're talking about that they would point out any bullshit, any perpagacity as such. Oh dear. Come on, dwarves, what are you doing? Why are you taking so long to do this digging? And how long have I been streaming for? Because, only for an hour. It's okay. It's okay. No need to worry. Although I do need a little trip to the lavatory in a minute. I've been drinking liquids, no booze, just tea. But tea and water since we started, and some of it has begun to make its way through my system. It's okay though. I don't think I'll do a proper break this stream. I might just turn the microphone off and go for a quick whiz in a bit. Shouldn't be a problem. Oh my god, you take so long. Why are you... Let's put the doors on. BD. Here we go. We'll put them in planning mode, which is already on the cards. Pop one there, pop one there, pop one there. Bingo, bango, bongo, one can go there too. Lovely. We also want a lever, so I'll say build capital T L, and actually I want 3 levers. One for the sacrificial chamber door, one for the door between the sacrificial chamber and the storeroom, and one for the outer. So we're going to put a lever there, made with quartzite mechanism. We're going to put one here. You know what? We're not going to put them next to each other. We're going to put them one space apart. There we go. There we go. And the closest one can be for this door, then this one, then this one. Hopefully I'll remember that. It'll be good. Let's see if they've done the other one. What's this? Okay. Some kind of hair has worked its way between the keys of my keyboard. How's the rhyolite going? Okay, they've taken a few of them to the stockpile and that's about it. Bit disappointing, but hey ho, could be worse. Could be worse, we could be on fire. Oh, actually, it looks like they've finished the engraving in the library. Very exciting. I should probably put a door on as well. Yeah, not there. There we go. Lovely library door. Very nice. None of this crap's been built though. Have they suspended this? Nope, needs a mechanic. We should have plenty of mechanics. They don't have other tasks on, do they? Do they? Do they? Do they know I've got jobs for them to do? A little bit of Live Aid for those who give a shit there. What is this? Is this... It's a gathering zone, is it? It's a meeting area. Is it? I think it is a meeting area. Is it an actual extant guild? Did someone request a guild that I haven't fulfilled? Do I need to fulfill a guild? Is that how it works? That's... Oh, it's the Cave of Turquoises. Is that already a grand guild hall just from having the walls smoothed and engraved? Wow. Wowee. That's pretty impressive. We're banging through the horn and hoof, aren't we? Look at this. This stockpile is absolutely stuffed. Ideally, I'd like someone to start making or decorating shit with shells, because we've got a lot of mussel shells to get used. It was horn and hoof. It was the same thing, wasn't it? Or is it bone? Bone working, that was it. Maybe they preferentially use hooves. Using hooves. Which can be boiled down to make glooves. Not the ones that go on your hands. The kind that stick things together. Firehawk the Miner. I note you aren't mining right now, bringing your title into question. Why do you think it's a good lad? Head off to the diggy zone. You are a dwarf and you should be digging holes, specifically these holes where the vampires will go. Is that rhyolite? It is bloody rhyolite all over the place. There's so much of the stuff. We need things to be made out of rhyolite. We need to just power through the stuff we've got somehow. What can I make that'll use it up? I'm making all my goblets out of glass, so I feel like anything I make out of stone really needs to be chavelled out quickly. Chavelled out quickly? What does chavelling even mean? I'm attempting to coin neologisms without even thinking about it. Oh yeah, I'll just invent a word, chavel. It's like Havel, except in Burberry. What have we got here? Gem stockpiles. Yeah. What have we got here? This is some kind of furniture stockpile. Not sure what kind of furniture it holds, but presumably something interesting. We've got our flasks, we've got our backpacks. What's this? A giant snail leather backpack. Ugh. Snail leather. I would not describe that as something I would like to come into contact with. Sounds horrible. Rhyolite gems. You reckon? We could carve out some rhyolite gems just to get our guy dueling. But the thing is, we've got a load of gems to carve anyway. I don't know if we are really in need of anything to train him up on. I mean, a gem's a gem, right? Oh, in my opinion anyway. Obviously, dwarves might have a slightly different take on it, but personally, I feel like a gem is a gem. I need to make a zone for this to be a proper library, don't I? So, with that in mind, let's zone this motherfucker up. There we go. We're going to make it into a meeting area. We're going to assign a location. We're going to assign a new location. It's going to be a library, and it's called the Palace of Barricades. Not a very good name for a book-filled room, but whatever. It'll do for now. And with that in mind, let's go to the locations and say we do not want all visitors. I would like citizens only. Thank you very much. And we now need a scholar and a scribe. Okay. We don't really have any books in here yet, which is weird, but I have just created it. They haven't had time to haul them down yet, so hopefully they'll go to the trade depot and pick some out, and then we can pop the scholars and scribes in. Oh, it's gonna be good. Add the walls to the zone for the engraving. I have already, haven't I? All these walls are already engraved. Fully engraved walls. Look, it's a smooth vein wall, detailed. Let's take a little look. Engraved on the wall is a masterfully designed image of Ekefi Taxtile, the... Oh, okay, I see. Engraved on the wall is a masterfully designed image of Ekefe Taxtiles, the elf by Sanctum Logemerol. Ekefe Taxtile is making a plaintive gesture. The artwork relates to the drowning of the elf Ekefe Taxtile in the murk of harmonies in the midwinter of 503, during the rampage of the elf Ekefe Taxtiles in Cryptbeards. And you know what? There he is. There he is, sitting in the water. Let's come down a few layers, see if we can find him. Where are you, lad? There he is, look. His partial skeleton. Icafe Facifino. A rat as well. Okay, apparently there's a swimming rat having a little nibble on his partial skeleton. That's good. I like that. For a second there, I thought that, you know, not good. Not good. Pictures of elves on your library walls, don't want that. But as long as they're dying, that's fine. That's fine. And hello, welcome back. Toys. Okay, we can make some rhyolite toys, perhaps. According to many movies through the ages, bookshelves make the best barricades. They are often used. I feel though they play second fiddle to tables and chairs. First line of defence, chair under the knob, right? The door knob, not your knob, my knob. Some of us don't have knobs, you know why I'm saying that. And then the tables, then maybe a desk, and then wardrobes and bookshelves. Then again, bookshelves, without the books, they don't really have the weight, do they? They're not bringing a whole heap to the barricade. The walls are not inside the zone. Oh, I see. Right, okay, so if I just zone over, will that join the zones up? I don't think it does it? Depends on the way the door opens, really, and what sort of handle or knob is present. A circular knob will just ignore a chair. True, although if it opens inwards towards the chair, you put the chair underneath the knob as a sort of brace, so when it tries to open, the chair's pushing down into the floor and stopping it. I think that's the theory. I never really thought. You're right, though, yeah, it is supposed to stop them turning the handle, isn't it? Heavens above. I never knew I was blocking doors wrongly. No wonder the kids keep catching us in delicto flagranto. That's not true. It's not true. It's flagrante delicto anyway, isn't it? I said it the wrong way round. Oh my goodness. Heavens above. Oh God, for a second there I thought that save was going to last forever. Who wants to save forever? Who wants to save forever? Ooh, when dwarves must die. There we go, that's my little take on the work of Frederick Mercury. Or, what's his name? No, it wasn't. No, Bolsonaro's the fascist Prime Minister of Brazil. Bolsar? It's something. Bulgaro? I forget Freddie Mercury's birth name. Heavens above. Someone will remember. Frederick Bulgarwheat? No, that wasn't it. Definitely began with Bol. I'm sure of it. Or Bol. Bulbol? Freddie Bulbol. Bulbol Freddy. Bulbous Fred? No, I'm not sure. I don't think my Queen knowledge is deep enough. Let's put another door down just to get this last slot filled. There we go. And I'm also going to build a bed in the sacrifice chamber. There we go. Lovely bed. Actually, let's put 2 beds in. Why not? And then in this room over here, actually vampires don't need beds, do they? Actually, let's cancel that. Are you going to cancel? No? Try again. There we go, that's what we want to cancel. We need to set these to be smooth, don't we? So, designate S for smooth, and we'll make it a priority number 1 to get the vampire chamber sorted. Oh, and I realise I should go and change our library to include the walls. That's probably a sensible move. Let's go down there. I'm gonna completely remove this library and go back in because I wasn't impressed with the name in the first place. So I start at the bottom corner here, go all the way up here. Bosh? Question mark? No. Stop removing zones. That's probably going to make things a little bit more effective. There we go. Meeting place. Assign location. The Palace of Barricades. Excellent. Good. Okay. So, if I make the dining hall a tavern, question mark. Ooh, Fey Mood from a milker. Okay. He grows tired of squeezing boobs and wishes to move on to new and open discoveries. What's this? His name is Rith Elbow Bells. Interesting. Maybe he's a one-man band. A one-man band performing the songs of Queen. Maybe. Oh, he's going for a craftsdwarf workshop by the looks of things. Is he going to turf somebody out? No, he's just jumping into that one. Good. And it looks like the things he requires are at large, so he can get them. That's good. Farouk Bolsara, that's the one. That's the name. From Zanzibar. Excuse me. Same place that old Big Boss had his base in Metal Gear Solid. Held aloft by the milk dragon, that's right. We soar into the skies on our lactating friend's underside. That's how you fly a milk dragon. You steer it by squirting the milk from one side of the udder bulge to the other. I feel like a dragon I mean, alright, okay, generally speaking, most dragons, I feel, probably don't produce milk. They lay eggs, and therefore no need to feed their younglings from the chesticles. But a milk dragon, I think, has a series of large bovine-style udders running along its lower undercarriage, and I think they're probably quite dense and leathery, to enable them to hold the rider's weight. That's how I envision a milk dragon. I mean, feel free to artistically represent the milk dragon if you wish. I could be swayed. Maybe there are better imaginings. This is going to be very confusing for anybody new. Art is probably sitting here going, milk dragon? What the fuck? I don't understand this. This is a meme I've not discovered yet. It's not even a meme, it's just something I said. Milky, milky. What a milky dragon. Why are they bringing... What are these? Are these bookshelves or... Oh, okay, they're codexes. They just look like nest boxes. We should probably put some tables in here, right? I think tables and chairs are all part of the library experience. So, I'm going to bung a load of tables across here, like that. Yeah, good. And then we come back out and say, let's put some chairs in, like this. There we go. What else does a library need? Does it tell me what it needs? Doesn't. Not here, anyway. What about if I come down here? 11 bookcases, 6 written objects, no boxes or bags in the common area, and no writing material. Okay. Well, I'll put some boxes in. That shouldn't be too big a problem. Build... What are boxes? J? That's a cage. F? That's a cabinet. Container. H. Should have known that. So we'll put some chests over here on the wall. Why not? Let's do it. Bank. Bonk. Can I planning mode it? I can planning mode it. Ah, wait. Am I making wooden chests or stone coffers? Please don't be making wooden chests. No, we're making stone coffers. It's fine. It's fine. Everybody stop panicking. He's definitely given me a visual image that requires eye bleach. Well, if you've been pepper sprayed, of course, you can just look up to the milk dragon you're riding and give it a couple of squirts in the old eye sockets, and that'll sort you out no problem. Apparently. I've very little experience of being pepper sprayed, although I have wiped my eyes and touched my old fella with chilly fingers, which is not good. And by chilly fingers, of course, I don't mean I've been holding ice in my fist. I mean I've been chopping the old chilies. And let me tell you, you want to be washing your hands carefully if you've been fondling a Scotch bonnet. You do not want to be taking yourself off to the lavatory and going, "Ooh, I'll just have a quick wee-wee. It doesn't matter if my hands are dirty because I'll be washing them afterwards." Toot-toot-toot-toot-toot-toot. Wow, my bell end was glowing like a light bulb for days. I mean, that's an exaggeration, of course. My bell end wasn't actually glowing. I mean, I'm pretty sure no matter the amount of chili sauce you apply to your private parts, they won't luminesce. I think for that, you're actually going to have to use a little bit of jellyfish DNA, right? You're going to have to replace some small portion of your own genetic code with that of another animal that can bioluminesce. Got to be careful though, pick the right animal. It might go horribly wrong. If you get like some kind of anglerfish genes in, your genitals might actually start protruding from your body as some kind of lure, and God knows what you're going to fucking lure in if you've got glowing testicles about a foot in front of you. That's going to be a problem. You can't use the murk of the deep sea to hide. Not like the actual real anglerfish. You're going to be out there in the real world, out in the daylight. You could try and contain them with trousers perhaps, but I feel like there's still going to be a telltale glow. No one's going to be amused by you walking past the local playground if you've got a great big red light shining out of your trousers. Well, maybe not, maybe they will. Maybe the children will assume you're some kind of clown and the parents will give you the benefit of the doubt. Although it's 2020, so you will probably end up getting beaten to death by play equipment. With play equipment. The play equipment itself obviously can't beat you to death. It's inanimate. It's not a living creature. Because if it is a living creature, then you're not in a playground, you're in a petting zoo, and you think it's gone horribly wrong. Anyway, where were we? Let's check out the chat. How's everyone going? Hello, Wisebit32. Thanks for joining us. Milk dragons and fondling with chili hands. I've come to the right place. That's right. Just prod in a glow stick. That's right. Hello, Static. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us again. Oh my goodness. Everyone turns up just as things get a little bit weird. Just as the dynamic of the stream takes a turn to the surreal end of the spectrum. Is it surreal though? This is something that bugs me. People describe things as surreal all the time when they are in fact just a bit weird. Surreal stuff has to have a dreamlike quality about it. What's going on? Why are we up here now? The Baroness Consort, Catan Atopikud and Geared Toes from Bithsemamatost has arrived. Oh great, we've got a caravan. Oh, now this is an opportunity to divest ourselves of our tatty old vestments. We don't want all that bullshit lying in our stockpiles. We don't want ramey leather dresses and bloody slug leather tatty backpacks. We want nothing but fine, premium newness. That's what we want. I noticed they've left a lot of gemstones in the trade depot from last time, and frankly I'm not happy with that because we do have plenty of space for storing them. We have an actual gemstone stockpile. It's a gemstone stockpile. While we're here, I'm going to smooth the rest of the vampire zone. There we go. Take me to the vampire zone. And we're also going to engrave the stuff that's already been done. Here we go. These vampires are going to be happy to be restrained in our little prison. You know, when we could call it a prison, sure, it has some of the hallmarks of some kind of incarcerative zone, but realistically, you came to my fortress, you walked through the door, and you went, "Hey, how you doing? I'm not a vampire," and then I figured you out, and now here we are. Here we are, trying to figure out what to do with you. How dare you eyeball my neck with such hunger? So rude. So bloody rude. You may as well just stick your finger up my bum without consent. Obviously that's worse. I think that's actually... No, it's not worse. Drinking my blood and killing me, far worse. Jesus Christ. Stick your finger up my bum any day. Rather than drink my blood and kill me, obviously. Don't just stick your finger up my bum. It's not going to be fun for either of us. Well, you might enjoy it, but I'm I'm feeling a little bit cheesed off by the whole affair. And it hasn't even happened yet. Depends if you include a luminescent in your chili sauce. True, you could put luciferin and luciferase in your chili sauce, although I don't know how good that would be for you. I have seen people spit out like the glow stick stuff after putting it in their mouths, which I was pretty sure at the time was a poor move, but we'll have to see. Who knows, maybe their tongue isn't a mass of glowing tumours. That was down old Chiselhurst Caves, the Labyrinth live role-playing system. That's a very regional thing. I'm not sure how many people will be aware of that. Oh, I am your liaison from the Mountain Homes. Let us discuss your situation. Oh, Robo-Boy, are we? There is much to share. Information added to civilization/world info. Okay, sure. Tell me less. There we go. You going to stop? No, of course they're not. Is there actually any coolness about that? Is that actually implemented yet, all the stuff they're talking about there, or is that mostly just placeholder waffle? Because I'm willing to believe it's placeholder waffle. So let's move our trader and all of our goods to the depot. That should be taking place. We're going to give the trader a little while to turn up under his own steam. If he wants to, he'll do it. If he doesn't, then frankly, I'm going to be highly annoyed. We should not have allowed fucking bins in there. Shit. I don't think they're going to get sold now. Holy shit. There we go. Auto trade. Bingo. Good. We want all that crap going up to the trade depot because it should be nothing but tatty old bollocks, which, frankly, the Baroness would be advised to take with her, or we're going to get shirty about the whole thing. Very aggro. That's what we're going to do. We're going to aggro up. There we go. How is Moody Boy getting on? Never Never confuse your playground and your petting zoo. No, it's a terrible mistake to make. Let's look for Moody Boy. Oh, Moody Boy, where are you? Still going strong. Still happy with the situation. I'm not very happy with the Rhyolite situation, but hey, what can I do about it? Other than just be patient. which is not something I'm known for, obviously. My patience is not what you would call legendary. Then again, I think for a legend to form around your patience, you're going to have to be pretty fucking patient, right? And that patience has to be tested. I mean, you could be the most patient person in the world, but if no circumstances come up to reveal that patience to the rest of the world, no one's going to care, right? No one is going to give even the barest shadow of a fuck. Or maybe they will. Maybe they will. Maybe they're searching right now, looking for that patient person. I need someone with the patience of a saint. Or do I? I don't think I do, actually. I don't think I have any use for patient people right now, per se, over impatient people, but whatever. The Outpost Liaison does give you information and is useful to place an order to trade. Oh, okay. At the moment, we're not really in need of anything, are we? Everything seems to be doing okay. Hopefully no one gets their neck bit in the near future. That's going to be a problem. Are they taking all this tat up? Is this tatty bullshit? Hey, tatty bullshit. Sweet tatty clothing. Okay, this is all good. That's all good. Maybe I do want to allow bins on here, actually, because then that means we can fit more tattered clothing. Don't bring it here, this is a trade thing. They should be whisking this up to the depot. What are you up to? What are you up to, you fucking bumpkin? Oh, Sal, I'm sorry, I was yelling at you, calling you a yokel. What am I doing? What kind of monster's this? Goodness me. Although, having said that, I mean, on prior thoughts, you have proved to be quite the birther. Not someone, saying that someone wasn't born where they're supposed to have been born. I mean, you were giving birth. You were pumping out the babies like nobody's business. But it seems like all of your powers in that regard have been transferred to your Crusader Kings incarnation. I mean, I don't think you saw it, but my goodness, Chunky Nut's court is littered with your offspring. You've got about 11 kids. It's insane. Ovaries like a Tommy gun. You see the information with CN tells you who's been attacking whom. Oh, I see. Cool. Okay, I can't bother to delve into that right now. Let's keep ourselves looking at the interesting stuff that's going on in Fortress rather than without Fortress, right? Seems like a reasonable idea. Do I start recruiting my second barracks? I don't know. Oh, hello. Christ, I should have been paying more attention there. We have, in fact, bypassed the first cavern layer. Congratulations, me. Well, thank you very much, me. Well done. Okay, so there we go. Now, time to apply my patented cavern baffle technique. There we go. Do that. Make a nice long cavern baffle. Put another one there. Bonk-a-donk-a-donk. There we go. And then stairs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, which makes 11 for some reason, because, start on 1. And that should do the trick. That should get us a bit deeper. We're on our way towards the adamantine, ladies and gentlemen. Stand and deliver. Here, money or your life. Ha! We are uncovering a lot of new stone down here as well. I would kind of like to get it in. Mind you, we could also treat this area down here as a mine. So we could actually start digging out all sorts of gubbins, couldn't we? Now that we've bypassed the caverns, hopefully there'll be some... I was going to say bulging veins, but that, I don't know. I feel like that just doesn't roll off the tongue correctly. Feels like I'm doing something wrong there. Making some kind of naughty statement. Placing an order to trade puts them in a better mood to trade and makes them bring more stuff, even if you place an order for something that you'll never buy. Oh, okay, maybe I should get them to bring along something wacky. See, my nightmare is I accidentally say, oh yeah, bring more musical instruments, and then we have an entire 4-hour stream where it's just me going, which, is fun in moderation, but if the stream becomes nothing but my honkings and parpings, I feel like the viewing figures may suffer. They could deflate somewhat. They could become less tumescent than they have been over recent months. I always ask for the weirder animals. That's not a bad move, actually, thinking about it. Speaking of animals, I've got all these animals here that I've done nothing with so far, and I keep just acquiring them. Every time the elves come up, I go, oh, yes, I'll have a bear. Oh, chimpanzees, lovely. Oh, a cage full of ocelots. Yay! And obviously, they need some work doing. What the funky dickens is this? Why are the eagles caged? The eagles should be in the laying room. We're famed for our boiled eagle egg breakfasts. God damn it. Let's quickly remedy this situation. There we go. Start from the bottom, and there we go. Female eagle chicks. Oh, yeah. Oh, and a stray duck. Let's not put the black bears in there. Another eagle. Holy shit. All the poults, they need to go in as well. Lovely, lovely. Kitten might not be the ideal thing to put in a birdhouse. Oh, wow. Maybe we need to kill a few birds. I think we might have gone a little bit overboard on the birds. The eagles appear to be hatching. The giant eagle isn't. Can a giant eagle fertilise a regular eagle? Is that an option? Is that something that can be done? I'm not sure. I don't know how robust eagle cloacas are. It might be a problem. Then again, we've got a lot of we've got a lot of female eagles, so we can afford for a couple to take a little bit of a battering, right? Bit of a grim way to think about it, but frankly it's a game. It's not real. Don't worry about it. Nobody can hurt the digital eagle. There we go. There's a slogan. There's a slogan. This looks like a catsplosion to me. Does it bear those hallmarks to anybody else? I'm seeing a lot of cats. Let's quickly go to the Z screen. Get our butcher on. So, tame sparrows and cockatiels. Lovely. Look how many kittens there are. Holy shit. We need to kill these things, but ideally I'd like to wait until they're a little bit larger so that we can perhaps make some gloves or something out of them. Get a little bit of productivity. We can definitely kill some rams. Holy shit, can we kill some rams. And those that we don't kill could probably do with a little bit of testicular decommissioning. Am I right? Am I right? I think I am right. That's a lot of fucking rams. I left one on the last page, so it's not the end of the world if we... There's a giant swan. Is that thing in the laying area? How does a giant swan compare to an ostrich? Is that a comparable sized beast, or is a giant swan just a larger swan? Posh geese. Here we go, here are some cats. That's right, slaughter those cats. Slaughter the cats, please. Ostrich hens, no, that's right, more rams, lovely rams. I should probably kill a few ewes as well, right? Much as they're shearable and milkable, there are a fucking lot of them. And some cats. Jesus, we're just going to kill everything here. There we go. We might need to put some more butcher shops in, to be honest. I've got a horrible feeling that we're going to end up with some frame rate issues if we don't. Let's get some throughput on our butchery. Build, workshop. Is it you for Butcher's Workshop? You goddamn right it is. You are goddamn right. I love this song. Still no trader at the depot, of course. Obviously, why would the trader turn up at the depot? It's only their fucking job. But it's okay, because we can definitely... What? No, you fucking spam flannel. Do you mind? Get rid of it. What? Oh, God. Is it R for... There we go, currently erasing. Let's remove this tiny little speck of... What? Why is that not being removed? Is that not part of Burrow 3? Question mark? Why don't you... What? Res? What? I'm confused. I'm mightily confused. Right, so R. Mouse brush is one tile. Currently erasing. There we go. So I want to erase... Oh, it's gone. Alright, it worked. It's fine. Why does it say res? Do I need to press R again? I don't know. Let's see if we can pop our old jazz hands lad in. Or, if you pronounce it the Scandinavian way, Yaz hands, for whom the only way is up, baby. For you and me now. God. 1 kitten leather equals 1 elephant leather. Well, that seems like a deal that I could get behind. Although it's much harder to make ashtrays out of kitten paws. Or umbrella holders. Well, I suppose you could have like a single-use ashtray made out of a kitten paw, right? Just have it on there. It's like putting your ash in a bottle cap. I don't know. I feel like it's a lot of work for the taxidermist and not much payback. But doesn't matter how old the animal is, you still only get 1 bit of leather. What about meat, right? I'm butchering a giant jaguar. I better not do that. Let's have a quick look. You can't search this, can you? Oh, for fuck's sake. Is there a giant jaguar there? Oh, you can search. Fuck's sake. Jag. There we go. There we go. No more giant jaguar slaughter. Okay, so we do get more meat from kittens, from cats, as opposed to kittens. Good. Good. That's what we want. Kitten meat. Yummy. I love to eat the... That fruit hung too low. That fruit hung too low, and it would have been a shame to have debased myself so egregiously. Let's not. Let's not. We all know where I was going. We all know what I was going to say, unless you are very innocent, in which case, oh dear, what are you doing here? Let's see if the trade can be done. There we go. So, we've got a few dresses and gauntlets, but gauntlets, dresses, but it's not a lot, is it? There's a little bit of tatty clothing, but not what I would hope for. I would like a lot more of it. Oh, hang on, here we go. Look at this. More tatty clothing. Lovely. Show me your tat. Get your tats out. Giant bobcat leather dress. Good. Alpaca wool dress. Now, this next thing here is worth 21 grand. What is Nisunsadel Odkish Dasu? What the fuck are you? Oh, it's the medieval bumming trousers, I remember. Well, cancel, calm down everybody. Right, we'll buy all their bars. Do we want square cut picture Jaspers? Is that a picture of Jasper Carrot? I doubt it. Flash opals? Flash opals. They're made of opals. It's not the best. Tell you what, I do like the TV programme Outback Opal Hunters though. That's quite interesting. It makes me feel like if it wasn't for the oppressive heat and blazing sunshine, I might like to take a trip out there to Cooper PD and have a little dig, see if I can find some stuff. But of course, I'm not going to do that because it's fucking burning hot out there. So much so that people live underground most of the year. Madness. Pure, unfettered madness. I'm not seeing any exciting animals. I don't think I'm going to buy any egg layers anymore. It seems like we've over-egged that one. We've gone a little bit too far. Did you hear my guts gurgle there? I'm in a state of actual worry. I daren't fart again. I feel like there might, if there's a sudden end to the stream, you'll know what caused it. If I suddenly get a haunted look on my face, and look like I've just smelt something awful, then we'll know what happened. We'll know that I succumbed to the growly guts, which is not what you want. You want your growly guts to leave you alone. You don't want to be in a circumstance where you have to succumb to them. Heavens above. Awful news. Maybe I should go and eat that stuffing. A couple of boiled eggs or something. Something to bind me up. A cave crocodile bone earring. Crocodiles don't have ears, you idiot. Oh. What a joke. What a joke. Just to confirm, I am a dad. I am allowed to do these. I have a license to tell those kind of jokes. And if you're already typing out your complaint letter to Twitch, I would cease and desist because, fuck me, what a waste of time. There we go. Hope you enjoyed that. Let's get some of this silk and yarn thread. Why not? It's not exactly an issue. An echidna leather backpack. I don't think I want that. A green tree frog leather quiver. Let's just think on that for a moment. Every tree frog I have seen has fallen very much into the tiny category of creature. I've never seen a tree frog that was big enough, I would have thought, to even make the bottom of a quiver. Unless it's a cocktail stick quiver, in which case you might only need 4 or 5 of them. Who knows? Excuse me, burping away. Can the giant jaguar be trained as a war animal? Harold Beaver says yes, so I'm looking forward to that. I like the idea of a jaguar hiding in the trees, jumping down on my enemies and peeling them like grapes before cracking their bones between their great big jaws. Be nice, wouldn't it? Hello, Tasty and the Cats. Welcome back to the stream. Thanks for joining us again, and hopefully you're not put off by the weirdness that's unfolding. It's very strange, isn't it? Very strange. We don't need to buy any cheese because we have quite a lot, so we'll leave it for now. I'm seeing raccoon leather and rimnol head. Were there any instruments? Finders and the Echoes. This is a well-crafted pig parchment scroll. The rollers are made from quartzite. Written on the item is a novel entitled Finders and the Echoes, authored by Usbu Sully-Seduce. The work has no particular subject. The writing is quite cruel. Overall, the prose is great. Oh, okay. Cruel and meaningless. Well, we're not going to bother with that one. It's not sexy enough for my forbidden library, and therefore it will remain on the shelf. A large borax pot, rimnol drum, bass and bellows, tekak strings, a treatise on letter lashes. Boring. Common snapping turtle bone rimad bowl. A cassiterite-bound codex. Pray tell, what dost thou contain? This is a cassiterite-bound codex. The written portion consists of a 376-page chronicle entitled On the Dwarf, authored by Onget Gildesalts. It concerns the inky fences. Overall, the splendid source of information. Overall, the splendid source of information. Nope. Can't wring any sense from that. We'll move on. The work has a single chapter. It covers the attack on the marks of winding of the early fences at Pickbell by the heroic nature in the midwinter of 348. Oh, fascinating. We'll buy it just for the funds. A siltstone-bound codex. This is a siltstone-bound codex. The written portion consists of a 1-page musical composition entitled Goats, The Past Knows There, authored by Onget Gildesalts. The work has no particular subject. For lyrics, the composer has selected Summer and the Virginal Perishment. Overall, the composition is masterful. Now, there's quite a bit to unpick in this. Goats, The Past Knows There, okay, but the lyrics are Summer and the Virginal Perishment, which suggests to me the perishing or passing or failure of virginity. Let's not say the word failure. The success of virginity? Whatever. It seems like somebody's losing their virginity. That's me in the corner. That's me in the goat light, losing my virginity. Interesting. We're going to buy it because it does sound like it belongs in our sexy library, but in the cloven hoof section. A petrified wood-bound codex. This is a petrified wood-bound codex. The written portion consists of a 68, so close, page entitled At One with Bodeflute, authored by Song Geared Witches. It concerns the town Bodeflute. The writing drives forward relentlessly. Overall, the prose is passable. Okay, 68 pages of relentlessly driving talk about Bodeflute. It's not that exciting, is it? It's not exciting at all, in fact. Not compared to some of the stuff we've just had, some of the sexier tomes. A Beast of Leto. Oh, very appropriate for June. Okay, I'm just going to do a quick look to see if we've got any instruments that I've missed. Don't think I did, though. Waterskins. Oh, a basson and a stanir. There's only 2 musical instruments. Well, we've seen the basin before. We don't need to look at the basin, even if it is a snazzy 900 trade credit variety. Let's have a look at the stanir, which I believe is a new musical instrument. I apologise to any new viewers, but this is a tradition around here, and much as I despise the very concept of tradition, I feel like this one I do need to meet. This is a cassiterite stanir. This object menaces with spikes of clear tourmaline. The stania is a mid-sized handheld percussion instrument. It consists of a stone bar. The musician plucks the bar. The instrument has a single mid-high pitch. The instrument has a delicate, bright, light, focused timbre. So, a cassiterite stone bar. Just for a little bit of extra information, I'm going to Google cassiterite and see what we get. Cassiterite. What do you look like? What do you look like? Oh, it's that silvery stuff. Okay. Cassiterite is a tin oxide mineral. SnO2 is generally opaque, but it is translucent in thin crystals. Its luster and multiple crystal faces produce a desirable gem. Cassiterite was the chief tin ore throughout ancient history and remains the most important source of tin today. Oh, tin today. Tin today. Okay, so it's a plucked tin ore bar. I can only presume it makes a noise sort of like dink, 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 dink. Delicate, bright, light, and focused. What are you plucking it against, right? How do you pluck a... difficult. Maybe we can recreate it by just... This is a ceramic, so it's close to stone, and if I pluck it... Oh, shit, I just tipped tea all over my keyboard. That was not the best idea. Ow, that hurt way more than I expected. Ow! To be fair, I didn't expect it to hurt at all. So any kind of pain would have fulfilled those criteria. But let me tell you, it was stingy. Owie! Oh, I need a kissy to make it better. Oh, never mind. It's too late now. Kel's already fallen asleep, I would wager. No matter if I run upstairs with my finger extended, she's unlikely to press her lips against it. Don't read anything into that. Don't read anything into that. I hear chat. I think this is good enough. Do you want the bowl? Shall I do the basin? Are we bothering with the basin or a tinny sound? Oh, Harold Beaver, where were you? Where was I when I should have been looking at chat and stealing your puns? Heavens above. Hello, Druids Mead. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us again. And as Sal points out, yes, Druids Mead has recently started streaming Dwarf Fortress. In fact, do check him out. Should be good. Should be good stuff. Quality of stream approaching 35%. Mine or yours? Because 35% seems a little high for this shit show, right? Someone ripped out the sauciest page. Oh, heavens above. I missed that. I don't know what book you were talking about, but it obviously means I've been paying very little attention to chat. How bloody rude of me. How terribly rude. Classic tipping the cup upside down, straight into my lap. I have a very big damp patch, sort of like a slow-moving waterfall going through the fabric of my t-shirt, over my gut and down into my lap. Sorry, just wanted to turn the volume down slightly, didn't mean to pause that. Hello, KJ Mateus 105. In search of followers... Anyone with the power, take control. Flooded the damn fort. Poor old Druids Mead. It's alright, it's alright. You've been playing loads of Dwarf Fortress anyway, haven't you? It's not like you're a noob to the game. It's just your sophomore efforts in streaming. That's what's what. What's what? Is sophomore rude? I don't think it is. It means like first year, doesn't it? Or is it second year? I don't know. They use weird words in America. They confuse me. Right, so the trader's already making 210 profit, and we still haven't got rid of all the tat that we brought up. So no matter if it's over the amount of money we wanted them to have, we're just going to get rid of all of it. Just going to upend our tat box and chuck in any regular good clothes just to make sure we get everything. Because frankly, if we miss it and there's still some tat left over, I'm going to be well upset. Well upset. Should I sell some more green glass goblets? I don't think so. We don't need to do that. We don't need to sell serrated green glass discs either. I would quite like for them to start using those in my traps that I told them to, but apparently that's too much to ask. Bastards. So, the traders are taking 16 grand profit from tatty old clothes. This seems implausible. Let me just check to see if I've accidentally put in something that I shouldn't have. Is there some sort of highly valuable item that I've accidentally put in? Because there was at least one artifact in there that I could have missed. 21 grand's worth in that bin. No, it's not in there. Huh. Oh, hang on, this is worth 7 grand here. We have put an artifact in there. What a silly boy. What a silly Billy. Okay, and there's another one there as well. Jesus Christ, how many of our artifacts have we accidentally put in the trade depot? Ludicrous. Ludicrous. Okay, maybe we do need to put a few glass goblets in to sweeten the pot. There we go. I think that's good, right? That's good. Okay, so let's see if they want to trade that. Are you sure you want to trade the selected goods? I am. I'm very sure. And Logan seems ecstatic because for some reason all he's ever really wanted in his life is a massive pile of used, hole-filled clothes. Good. So, we don't want the trader here, or the broker rather, and also we can free them from the burrow. Why does that say res? I need some help, please. Could somebody explain? S-J-A-Z-Z, and out you come. Good. Goody gumdrops. Thank you, Sal. Weird combo, viewbot selling and prime number searching. Is that what they were? That's very odd. Okay. Looking for encryption numbers, no doubt. Dislikes bots for their mechanical shilling, rather. If any of you happen to be in the Tacoma area of Washington State, United States of America, you may be interested in visiting Tacoma Games. They sell tabletop role-playing, collectible games, collectible card games, board games, polyhedral dice, and miniatures. If that sounds like your kind of thing, tell them I sent you and you will receive a 0% discount and maybe a conversation about this stream. There you go. There's some robotic shilling for you. How'd you like that? I am the best shill. Frankly, if any of the big corporate boys out there are watching, Unilever, if you want me to shill your washing powders or anything like that, feel free to contact me. I am more than happy to tell you my pricing structure. I mean, Tacoma Games, they just had to send me a mug. Imagine what depraved depths of pimping I would fall to if you gave me actual money. I mean, it would be unforgivable. Anyway, it doesn't look like they're building this either. Why are my mechanics refusing to do their jobs? I'm not happy with that. I am, in fact, deeply unhappy with that. Furious, in fact. Maybe we should be looking into what's going on. Why is there food in the chest area? Why is my chest stockpile filled with giant bush tit meat and prepared granite splashes beast brain? What is that doing there? Let me just check to see if I've made it a stockpile for food, which will probably explain everything. No, definitely not. Only finished goods. Do cooked meals count as finished goods? You sound like an Alan Rickman Dalek hybrid. Oh my god. Potter, exterminate! Exterminate the Potter! Actually, no, he doesn't do that, does he? Sacrifice self for Potter! Dumbledore, I love you! Why did you have to die? Is that what it sounds? Is that how it sounds? Now I have a machine gun! Ho, ho, ho! I don't know why Daleks don't do... Daleks just don't do this. They don't have hands. They can't do that. I'm trying to mimic the turning left and right that is their only possible mode of expression outside of their voices. That's what I'm doing. To be honest, I am busting for a piddle, and if there was anyone else I would need to hoodwink about it, I could just get away with pissing myself right now because of all that tea I poured in my lap. But unfortunately, the only person I'll be hoodwinking is myself. Not enough snark. Oh my goodness. Exterminus. Expelliarmus. I'm not great at Alan Rickman, but that wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad. Now I have a machine. That's the worst. Yeah, it's getting worse. Just stop while it's going okay. Stop while you're on top of things. Hello. Moody Boy appears to have stopped. Rock metal bars, both available. What else do you want? Come on. Rough gems? Surely we've got to have them. Logs, almost certainly not available. Rough gems, logs, yarn cloth, got that. Rock metal bars. I'm guessing his bottleneck is wood. Let's have a quick look and see if he's got wood. That's another word for a stiff willy. Oh, what a smutty pun. Anyway, looks like he's got some splints, crutches, wheelbarrows. This doesn't seem like the kind of shit you should have in there. Why has he got a question mark? Game, what are you doing to me? Let's keep looking. Oh, here we go. Here's the task items. Okay. It's a musical instrument, so I'm intrigued as to what he's doing. What is he doing with this earthenware knob? Oh, man. I don't know if you noticed there, but I could feel my eyes lighting up. Once again, the topic of bioluminescence is broached. Railgar, iron bars, copper bars, rough honey yellow beryls. Okay, it's definitely wood. He definitely doesn't have wood. He's got a flop on. Stop it. Designate T for trees, and I'm going to cut a couple of the trees down over here, particularly the ones by the refuse stockpile, just so the woodcutters have to wade through the decomposing guff that's there. Lovely. What a lovely pile of decomposing guff you have outside your gates. Why, thank you. Did I free up my trader? Did I free my trader? I did free my trader. It's good. It's good. Okay. What time is it? 20 past 1. I mean, that could be prime micturial time. I could be relieving my bladder as we speak. And you wouldn't know a thing. No, I mean, I could go now, couldn't I? I should do that. Some kind of artifact quality knob encrustment. Maybe. Maybe they're going to cover the knob in gemstones? I don't know. Ribbed for bling, sir. Okay. The stray cats are getting killed. Oh, I forgot about the bloody vampire. We can't forget about the vampire. We need to get that vampire drafted in a military unit. And you know what? After my quick break that I'm going to take right now, let's just put the game on pause for a second. I'm going to take a proper break. I'm going to make myself another cup of tea, a hot one this time, which hopefully I won't pour all over my bollocks. And I'm also going to take a quick trip to the loo. Anyone else who's also busting and for some reason cannot take me to the toilet, as you would be able to on a phone, perhaps you're using a PC, or perhaps a laptop that you don't want to run the risk of having... Let's not go too far down that road. Hello, Master Nater. Welcome back to the stream. Thanks for joining us again. Ever have coconut water? I have had coconut water. Yes, I have indeed. Fresh from a coconut. Well, I say fresh. I mean, the coconut had been shipped from wherever they grow coconuts, so it wasn't that fresh. I know that when they're fresh, they're green, and giant Samoan guys peel them barehanded and rip them in half and go, "Ah!" Whereas, here, they're brown and hairy. Much like my as-of-yet un-tea-scalded nuts. Oh, well, the hair is not... Whatever. Whatever. Coconut water is lovely in whiskey, and I usually drink whiskey straight. Oh. For me, coconut water is underwhelming. It's not unpleasant, but nor is it something that I simply could not do without. I mean, it is basically water that's been in a coconut for a long time. It has, some stuff. There's also coconut milk. You can squeeze the coconut flesh down. Squeeze the coconut flesh down into a sort of milky fluid. And that's quite nice. You can make cool stuff out of that. But, my general verdict of coconut milk is... it's alright. Nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it. Certainly if someone brought me a drink of coconut water, I wouldn't upend it over their head and slap them. Mostly because that would be incredibly rude of me. Hello, I'm back again. Let's pause the music because I'm going to be playing a little bit of the old Sinister Elements, and hopefully you will enjoy it. Let me just click here. that opens up the other bot that I need to run, because that's the one I set the music commands up in. Well done. That's it. Run 3 bots. Why not? Yeah, with that, hopefully some of you will still be here in 5 or 10 minutes when I come back. If not, thanks for watching up until now. It's been lovely having you. And if you are still here, then fantastic. We'll carry on with a bit more Dwarf Fortress, and I'll probably be going on till about 3 o'clock-ish UK time, and hopefully we'll find somebody to raid after that. Won't that be delightful? Anyway, I'll be back shortly. Please enjoy this music from Sinister Elements, and, hang around. Bye!
I'll prove it to you. I challenge you to a test of strength. physical strength is no substitute for perception. For perception is the key which unlocks the intangible power of the spirit. You perceive nothing. You perceive nothing. You perceive nothing.
And I'm back again. I don't know if I even took 5 minutes there, did I? Is that 5-10 minutes? Who knows? Who knows? Time? Time? What the fuck is that? You sound like you're talking to somebody who actually starts their stream when it's supposed to begin. Madness. Madness. Ooh. Couldn't help myself. I had to finish off that stuffing and the last manky roast potato as well. Oh, a little dash of salt on the top. Oh, oh. Oh, it's so delicious. And this is hot now, so I must be very careful not to upend it on my testicles. Oh, yeah. Oh, God. Excuse me. It's having a little creamy pants moment. And let's turn the music back on, shall we? Hopefully we haven't divested ourselves of the entire audience. Hopefully there's at least 1 or 2 people left behind. Oh, excuse me. Pardon me. Let's go back over to the fortress. I'll move my chair a bit closer to the microphone. And I'll put my legs up on the chairs on the other side of the dining table. Oh, what decadence. What physical positioning decadence. Oh, fuck, I forgot to stop recording. Oh, YouTube, you poor bastards. Shall I stop and restart? Are you hoping that this video will continue? I mean, it's only Johnny5 really who's watching on YouTube, so maybe we should just do him a solid and leave it going? Fuck it, why not? Let's leave it going. I've got a backlog again to upload, so it's not like we're going to be running short of videos anytime soon. Let's carry on. Let's carry on. Excuse me. Still got a bit of stuffing between the old teeth. Want to remove that as quick as I can. Right, so have they done the engraving in the vampire zone? They have. So with that in mind, let's build a bed. Bang it in there. Lovely. And then do we want a second bed just in case we need 2 people murdered at once? You know what? I've got enough patience to murder people 1 at a time. Thank you very much. I don't think I need to open up the bottleneck of murder. It's not necessary. Not necessary. WB. I'm unfamiliar with that tiny little phrase there. What's that? Weird balls? Willy banging? Wife beating? Wedding bells? Windy bottom? Weird baboon? Welcome back. Everything makes much more sense. Yes, that makes sense. Well done. Congratulations, you have educated me. You have taught me something important. It's just like GG. What method does the murder room employ? Yeah. Well, this one in particular works by having someone go to sleep and then opening the door so a vampire can drink their blood. We do also have a mental health facility here, which works by crushing the sad people. Oh, look at that. We've got an actual ghost. An actual ghost. I can't believe I couldn't figure out what WB was. I feel like an idiot now. But it's just... it's too easy to miss a little acronym like that. Is that an acronym? I don't think it is it? An acronym has to make a word. It's just a initialism, I think it's called. If it's just a string of initials like NASA, It's just an initialism. Anyway, where was I? What were we doing? We were finishing the vampire room, putting in some furniture. I think tables and chairs to start with. BT. Put some tables along this wall here. Let's keep them in thingy. I don't know how many we need. Not that many, but just enough to smarten the place up a bit. There we go. Maybe an armour stand or two. Put some armour stands across the back here. Planning mode off. Not at all. On. There we go. Armour stands. Lovely. You don't need anywhere near that many, but whatever. We'll also do some weapon racks. Ah, there we go. Planning mode again. That should do. Not that last one. Not that last one. Thank you very much. Dwarf Fortress. Thank you. Good. And then that should be enough to designate it a barracks, right? It doesn't actually need beds in it if they're all going to be vampires. Also, I feel like I'm going to make some stockpiles for arms and armour. Although we only need stockpiles for one dwarf at the moment. We should also probably get a lot of this microcline and orthoclase out. Oh, and some rough turquoises. Nice. If I move the furniture in, the microcline can be part of the next tranche of stone collection. Although I feel like rhyolite might take up our entire stone collection for days. Oh, our moody boy is on the hoof, which can only mean that somebody on the surface has cut down a tree. Very exciting. Very exciting indeed. That should leave us a few little logs of elf lament sitting down here in our wood stockpile, which we'll presumably use to keep our stocks of cages and... oh no, that's right, they're step ladders. Step ladders, beds and wheelbarrows up. Oh, and buckets, of course. We are making hazelwood buckets. Exciting. So. What are you doing? Why is there a miner sitting in a smeltery? Melting down iron anvils. Not sure I approve of that, but whatever. Oh! You have discovered an expansive cavern, deep underground. Okay, well, that in mind, let's come up here and see what's going on. Is that past the cavern baffle? Thank goodness it is past the cavern baffle. With that in mind, let's build some doors, put them either end of the potential trap array, although looking at the speed with which they are creating trap arrays upstairs, I don't think we're going to see a huge number of traps. We'll start with a little row of cage traps, and I say a row. We can put 9 of them. One here, one there, 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 one there. And then after that, we're going to go for weapon traps, and I'm going to put a row of them here, made with the schist mechanisms. What? Lushobnobgost? What was that? What's Lushobnobgost? Oh, a dwarf bone pick. Okay, we're not putting that in a weapon trap. We have produced an inordinate quantity of large serrated green glass discs for this very purpose. Wait, why have I only got one? Question mark? Okay, we're going to have to deal with... We're going to have to deal with just cage traps for now, because it looks like we don't have the serrated green glass discs to deal with demand, which is a problem. Ideally, I would like to have some squirreled away, but they've not put any into these traps at all, have they? Why have we got no mechanics? Maybe I should just enable mechanics for a selection of randos in the fortress. Give me a moment. I've actually got a fair few mechanics, actually. Right, we've got 6 mechanics now. There we go. There we go. I might need to restrict the workshop to the best mechanic, but whatever. Where are you? Where is Moody Boy going? Has Moody Boy suddenly decided he wants something from down in the caverns? Because I'm not cool with that. I'm the opposite of cool with that. At least we've breached high in the sky and over water. That is something. So we can bung that corridor up fairly straightforwardly, and even if we don't, we're not going to get a huge number of people coming through. In fact, how many people are down there? Is anybody down there at all? Nobody's down there. Did anybody plummet into the water below? Doesn't seem so. Feels good so far. Feels good. So, if I build a wall here, we should be good, right? Build construction wall. I want it to be 3 tall. And we'll pop it just there. Just there. Should we make it out of brimstone? I feel like we've got better uses for brimstone, right? Let's make it out of basalt. That seems exciting, doesn't it? Oh, wait, no, those brimstone blocks are right there. Then again, if I use them, they're going to go onto the stairs to pick them up, and that's going to be a pain in the poo pipe. Okay, it's all good. It's all good. Okay, so we've got that going. We've got the cage traps going in. I am going to need to break off the tunnel a bit, now that I think about it, and actually establish a proper entrance into that cavern. And then maybe have another break off here to go deeper. How deep can we? How deep is your cave? How deep is your cave? I really need to know. We've got to make lots of plans of what to do. Let's do it. Let's dig. Gonna dig off here, and this is going to be our bypass tunnel. No, you spam handling javelin planner. There we go. Good. Okay, let's make this priority 3 rather than 2, rather than 4. Sorry. There we go. That comes down here. Goody gumdrops. Actually, what I should do is if I find the hole. There we go. And then we just diggy wiggy there. Removey woovy there, as one does. And then that should take us past cavern layer 2 fairly satisfactorily, right? And then deeper down until we find the adamantine, which I'm hoping there is lots of on this map, but I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. Hello, Razfane. Diggy wiggy indeed. I am a dwarf controller, and my dwarves are digging a hole on my behalf. Dig, dig, hole. Dig, dig, hole. There we go. And I changed the lyrics as well to avoid any kind of copyright infringement. Very powerful strategies. Sepokolevi 7. I think that's a welcome back, isn't it? Welcome, Raz. Thanks for joining us, and welcome back, Sepokolevi. Of course it is, because you're a sub, so there's no possible way this could be your first time here. Otherwise, I would have seen the notification. You can't slip it past me. You can't get things like that past me. I'm too clever a cat. Too sharp a tack, too smart a cookie. And other intelligent inanimate objects. Oh wait, no, cats aren't inanimate objects, are they? Or are they? Are they just faking life? Are they artificial intelligences sent from space? No, they're not. Let's put some doors on this tunnel. Build. Oh, that's an N, not a B. BD. There we go. And we'll put it in planning mode. It's already in planning mode. No need to get overexcited. Pop a couple here. Bingo bongo. And then, of course, dingo dongo. Lovely. Any more spaces that need doors? We've already designated everything. It's all good. You know what? If they build that wall, then we don't need that cage trap array at all, do we? It's completely redundant. Then again... Actually, you know what? I am gonna cancel it. Yeah, it's not going to get built in time for that wall to fail, is it? It's just not going to be. What am I doing? Click. There we go. Press X. That's how it's done, Scoundrel. Come on, you've played Dwarf Fortress before at least once, right? There was that time you played it for 10 years. Okay, we're doing good. We've just got to wait for the miners to get down here. I am slightly concerned that if we take our eye off of the ball, so to speak, we're going to end up in deep, deep shit. But honestly, I feel like I'm lighter than... shit is probably denser than me, so I'll just float on the top, right? Oh, the mysterious construction has begun. Very exciting. Except it's not really. Because, you know, it's a crafts dwarf workshop. What's the most exciting thing that could happen? What is this? Hazelwood logs in a pile of vomit? Is that some sort of special seasoning that allows the logs to be stronger? I don't think so. I think that's the consequence of cave-adapted dwarves going up to the surface to cut down trees. They're having a little spewing onto the logs. Sad, but unfortunately unavoidable. Let's go back to where we're dumping all that rhyolite. Have they finished with that yet? There's a few bits of rhyolite left to be dumped. What I might do, rather than stop collecting rhyolite, because clearly there's plenty of it still, is make a separate stockpile in the corridor just for gathering microcline so it can be shifted to the stockpiles nice and easily. In fact, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do it. So P for a stone stockpile, or PS for a stone stockpile. We're going to take this dead bit of corridor here past the barracks door, or past the guild hall door. We're going to click on it. We're going to go into set the details. And we're going to forbid metal ores, economic stones, and all other stones, barring microcline. Where are you, microcline? Come on. Come on. Microcline, I don't see you. I do see you. Haha. There we go. Oh, God. I've been playing Red Dead Redemption 2, and just seeing that name makes a little bit of bile come up my throat. Micah. Micah. I hate Micah. He's a twat. How come the candlestick and clock were intelligent, but the Ottoman was a dog in Beauty and the Beast? That's a good point. Why not just leave it as a dog? Or, seeing as it is technically a beast, why not turn it into a prince? All the furniture was intelligent and capable of speech, except for the Ottoman. No, you're right, actually. That's a good point. That's a good point. Why? I mean, and they didn't do the horses, did they? He had horses in his stables in the cartoon. They weren't turned into anything funny, were they? It's almost as if Disney movies have to be taken with a fairly substantial suspension of disbelief, isn't it? It's almost as if that perhaps they're not real. I refuse to believe it. Emma Watson wouldn't be in a movie that wasn't real, would she? Would she? Oh my goodness. Be our guest, be our guest. And then, if I go any further than that, the Disney lawyers will swoop from the sky like flying monkeys and carry me off to Azkaban, as they are wont to do. As is their right. As is their right. Ah, dear. Oh, well, look, they built the lever. We can make the bridge close and open. How exciting. Link to a bridge, not the Allanite Bridge or the Allanite Bridge, but the Green Glass Bridge, which you would expect not to be that robust, but I'm guessing it's probably going to be reasonable, right? It's going to be reasonably robust. Reasonably robust. They're moving the statues in. Oh, sorry, they're not statues, they're armour stands. They're moving those into the vampire barracks. Let's go to the military screen and set up our vampire squad. We're not going to use the ochre locks, that's the execution squad. As in, we use it to execute people in the squad. Can I point a commander or set a new squad up? Name squad, disband squad. Why have we only got 9 in that squad? Has that always been the case, or have I beansed it somehow? You can't make another squad? What is this madness? Oh, are we missing a noble of some kind? We don't have a dungeon master, a militia commander, or a hammerer. I'm guessing the militia commander is the one, right? Oh, Ablel Abanlotol, the carpenter, is also a novice leader. Let's take a little peek at Dwarf Therapist. Let's have a little look. Do you have any interest in Dwarf Fortress fitting music selections? Well, we are listening to Simon Swerber, so yes. I might not play it on stream immediately, but I'm interested in hearing. If you've got a little Yocho blink or something of that nature, feel free to bung it in, or in the Discord. I have to say there is a significantly higher chance I'll see it in the Discord because it hangs around a bit longer. It's very often the case that at the end of a stream I'll just close chat down and then go, "Ugh, I lost it. What a fool." Right, let's look up Ablel. Where is he? If we put everything in alphabetical order, there he is, top of the list. Easy peasy. And then we'll read. We now have 74 adults, 1 child, and 0 vulnerable babies, which is good, because that means the vampire has yet to chow down on anybody. Lovely. So, Ablel, let's have a look at your military skills. I mean, I have to say, I am not blown away, and I am slightly confused as to why Dwarf Fortress has decided to put you forward as the ideal candidate for being this kind of noble. It feels wrong. It feels very wrong. However, I suppose there's not much we can do about that because you're the only person with leadership, which appears to be the skill du jour when it comes to being a what is it, militia commander. Let's do it. Let's just bung him in. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? He's a carpenter, woodcrafter, fish dissector. I mean, really? Do we care? I mean, fish dissection may put him in good stead if he has to fight some deep ones, but I have yet to encounter a single deep one in Dwarf Fortress, which is not ideal. I would like to encounter deep ones, funnily enough, with their fishy features and their batrachian ways. Dungeon Master and Hammerer? Not yet, not yet. Let's go back to the military screen. Now we can set up a new one. Oh, fuck, the Ochre Locks has now got the commander. That's not what we wanted. Well, they're going to have to stop being the dead squad now, aren't they? God damn it, they'll have to be squad 2, which is fine. So if you press L and then say, let's not have a no, leather armour, that's not what I wanted. Mountainous stasis. Oh, I quite like that. There's something good in that RNG. It's good. Let me have a quick look on Dwarf Therapist and find our little Wampir. Kib Misharuzuntir. Okay. Let's take a peek. Are we going to find you under the name Kib? That's the question, because there's a good chance you're acting under a pseudonym. Oh, there he is. Kib the Spinner. Kib Mishozuntir. That's right, isn't it? Presumably he is the vampire. I'm thinking we've got the right one. The Ochre Locks is now going to need a set of 9 denizens, isn't it? Let's go back to Dwarf Therapist again. And we'll take a little peeky poo at who's good for this kind of thing. And if we sort by squad, there we go. And then, actually what we should do is probably sort by military status. That's going to make more sense, because then we can go to the military screen, minimise the nobles, minimise cannot activate, minimise juveniles, minimise military off-duty, because obviously they're already drafted. And then we need to find why is this guy... Hang on, let's try again. Kib's in military off-duty. Good. Whew. There we go. So, let's get the can activates out and see who's our best fighter. Well, we've got 3 dwarves here with hammer dwarf skills. And you know what? I feel like that gets them drafted almost immediately. Unless I spot some exciting other skills in their skill sets. Mining. I was going to do that whole training up miners, wasn't I? But for now, we're just going to put these guys in the Ochre Locks. That's the one, isn't it? Assign to squad, the Ochre Locks. I'm using the Dwarf Therapist assigning, so don't worry about it. It's all good. There we go. So I'll commit those changes. Back in Dwarf Fortress, I'm just going to come out of the military screen, so we can go back in. Ochre Locks. Yep. Okay, I can go back to Dwarf Therapist. Who else have we got? We got any knife users? No. Got any lashers? No. Mace dwarves? No. Pikemen? No. Spear dwarves? No. Swords dwarves? No. Quite lacking in military skills. What's this one here? Discipline. Erdim. You seem pretty disciplined. Does that get you a seat on the front lines, or what? Do I put him in? What's a good criteria by which to select thingamajigs? A different time and place. Oh, well, I'm seeing the cover art as I mouse over, and that looks good. Has a certain doomy feel to it. Let me just copy that and paste it in the Discord so I don't forget it. He says, "Come on, copy." Let's go in Discord. Where is it? Oh, I've got to reopen it. Apparently I've shut Discord down. Oh, hello. Somebody's waving at me. That's not from my Discord, though. There we go. Ooh, Zyderpunks. Interesting. Anyway, let's minimise Discord again. There we go. No longer together, they have 3 albums, and among 3 separate groups of friends, it was the music of choice for our D&D. Ah, that's pretty good. Yeah, I can't play it now, but I will have a listen. I'm interested. Discipline's the best stat for training. Okay. I find the ones with high endurance and discipline leveled up way faster. Sal says bravery, stress, and anxiety are best for soldiers. Low anxiety. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Bravery. Where do I find those skills? Attributes? Oh, I think we might find it here. Might have to lean in a bit though. That text is a bit small. Actually, if I put it over OBS... Oh, it's gigantic now. I'm not seeing bravery in there. What are the other options? Bravery, stress, and anxiety. No, not there. Military alt? Bravery? Bravery? No. Social alt? Bravery? No. Attributes? Did I already look in here? I already looked in here. Come on, scoundrel, you fuckwit. You can do better than this. You can do better than this. How about other skills? Comedian, concentration, consoler, poet, wordsmith, critical thinker, geographer. No, it's not in there. It's not in there. Okay. Alright then, well, what we'll do is we'll go by discipline then. Go by discipline. Much as I feel like I'm being an idiot not following Sal's advice, I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna not do it. I'm gonna ignore Sal and get on with my life. The Okolocks, in you go. You go in the Okolocks. You go in the Okolocks. Oh, wait a minute, I'm just signing namies and shit. Holy cow. Do I want to put... Oh, I'm not putting my legendary armor smith in the military. This is madness. What am I up to here? Who have I just assigned as well? Military off duty. Have I accidentally put someone highly important in there? Firehawk the Miner. Oh, heavens above. Some kind of activity is unfolding. It's Nico Live, raiding with a party of 15. Thank you very much, Nico Live. What a lovely little raid. How nice of you to bring some people along. It's very nice. I don't know why I took that patronising tone of voice. It feels like a horrible way to welcome people to the stream, but oh well, too late now. It could be worse. It goes pretty well, actually. It goes pretty well. Hello, Bahantome28. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us again. Immigrants have arrived. Oh! I was looking at the game going, oh, immigrants? How did I miss that? And then I realised, no, immigrants to chat. Come on, scoundrel. Are you really that papague? Are you such a dimwit, an idiot, a nimnal, a tomnoddy, a fumnoder? One of those words was made up. One of them was made up, and I'm pretty sure we all know what it was, right? Nobody's ever heard the word fumnoder before. Okay, so the military squads. If I sort by squad, let's see what we've got. Okay, so the Okolocks have got 6 people in. The Mountain of Stasis has 1, of course. Vampire. Don't know why I winked there. We all know they're a vampire. And the Orbs of Fame still needs 1 more person to top its ranks up. Now, I noticed there's a slight problem here. That's a fucking necromancer. He says, hiccuping with worry. Excuse me. What are you doing in my military? I feel like having a necromancer whose job entails being surrounded by dead people is not great. I mean, obviously, on the one hand, the idea of someone in your military who can raise the dead and therefore perhaps engage in some kind of Jean-Claude Van Damme and what's his name out of Rocky? Who was the other guy in Universal Soldier? Anyway, some kind of Universal Soldier project, and that sounds cool. But it also probably has some significant downsides. I can imagine it having some negative psychological effects on other members of the team. Decisions. Bravery determines how fast stress is gained. Stress determines their mood breakpoint, and anxiety determines how fast stress is dissipated. Okay. Where was it around? Anything legendary worth stealing? I mean, we nearly traded away by accident some rather expensive legendary items, but luckily I caught myself in time. I did, just in time. All the artifacts literally are laying around, just stuck in stockpiles. I haven't really got anything on display at the moment. I'll give it a go. Necromancer military sounds remarkably awesome. It does sound awesome, Druids mean, but I have been warned against it. People have repeatedly said to me, "This is a bad idea, scoundrel. It's only going to end in tears." And then I respond obviously with, "My enemy's tears?" And then people say, no, scoundrel, your tears. Your salty sadness balls. Of course, that's nonsense, because teardrops don't take the shape of balls unless they're dropping from your cheeks onto the floor or whatever's below your cheeks. Sorry. Went off on a little parallel world thing there. Let's not do that. Let's go back to Dwarf Fortress. 6 in the what's it called? Squad should be enough for now. Eye orb milk. Well, Fry Guy, I mean, you could call it that, but I would never describe crying as eye milking. That's it, and I feel like milk. Even the strangest milks are like opaque liquids, right? They've got to be, if they're not white, they've got to be at least opaque. Surely. And I think all milk is white, right? Or am I a fool? Do I not understand the true nature of tits? What's going on here? Are there any animals that produce non-white milk? Off-white? I mean, I will accept like maybe a sort of an extremely dark cream colour as off-white, perhaps. Beholder cheese. Ooh, God, I imagine that stuff stinks. If you're about to cry and you blink and more tears come out, is it not milking? Well, I mean, much as you argue a compelling case there, surely it would be tearing, or lacrimal squeezing, or squeeze my lacrimal glands. Lacrimal? I think it's lacrimal. I think that's it. Hence the Mozart piece of music Lacrimosa that is so often on TV. Everyone knows that piece. I mean, they may not realise they know it, but they know it. Oh, they know it. Anyway, let's barracks this room up, shall we? Let's make it a big old barracks. Billy Big Barracks. B for barracks. There we go. It's for the ochre locks. They can sleep here, they can train here, and they can wear squad equipment here. And that should do. Let's not do that last one. So we've activated them in the dormitory. The next thing to do is to go to the military screen and change their training schedule. I mean, we could actually put them in the same barracks as the other one, just training on the off season, right? Let's not. Let's just... No, don't copy that. What are you doing? You thundering titwhite. What we need to do is go into here to edit the order. There we go. Change it so it only needs 6 soldiers, because otherwise that's going to be issues. Press enter, shift enter to done, and then we copy, and then we go paste, 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 and then we remove these. Is it R? R for remove? X for cancel order. There we go. Bomb. Okay, so the ochre locks, they have a training schedule. That's fantastic. And then the mountainous stasis we can sort out in but a moment. Let's... have I done everything there, Sal, or have I missed something? Orbital frame lube. Ooh. Ocular orbit lube. Exciting stuff. Can I turn into a barracks from a weapon rack? Don't think I can. Wait, I thought one of these would let me... Apparently not. Interesting. I thought weapon racks and armor stands would allow me to form a barracks, but apparently it's beds all the way. What's the deal with that then? What's the deal with that? just noticed part of the A on the Tacoma Games on my mug has been scraped off. It's given way to the dishwasher. How terribly sad. Rith Mogshumrith, the milker, has created Cogshilakau, a Railgar crown. She claims it as an heirloom in the name of the family ancestor, English Rhymepage. Let's take a little look at this treat, shall we? The Worthless Winnower. Intriguing. You can make a barracks from an armour stand. Mine is for sure no beds in there. Okay, well, we'll check that out then. I'll see if I can figure it out. 69,600 trade credits, and it's not the longest of descriptions. This is a Railgar crown. All craftsdwarfship is of the highest quality. It is encircled with bands of oval Railgar cabochons, baguette-cut yellow spessartines, and apple wood. This object menaces with spikes of Railgar, iron, and copper. On the item is an image of broad crosses in honey yellow beryl. On the item is an image of Tobal's secretive tome, the dwarf and dwarves in hazelwood. Tobal's secretive tome is surrounded by the dwarves. The artwork relates to the ascension of the dwarf Tobal's secretive tomes to the position of queen of the triangular town in one. On the item is an image of a forgotten beast in sheep wool. Ooh, very exciting. Except not, because it's a crown. It's a bit boring. Meh. Very bland. Meh. Boring and bland. Uh-oh, someone's been vomiting on the rhyolite. That's not a good sign. And nobody's collecting the microcline either, which is a little bit concerning. I know there's some around, but nobody seems to be giving a shit about it. Oh, Christ. We don't want clay going in there. That's not ideal. Oh, we need wheelbarrows, don't we? Let's give them 10 wheelbarrows and see how that pans out. Could go well, could go badly. Does anyone know if the newest version of DF is compatible with the newest version of DF Hack? I just, as of a few moments ago, downloaded the Lazy New Pack and it was not included like in the past. It should be, unless it's changed. Has the new version come out since I started playing this, I wonder? You might need to activate it, because if you look in the Lazy New Pack and go to the the Utilities tab, DF Hack automatically happens, I think. And furthermore, intriguing. Okay, so the microcline isn't being gathered with the alacrity I would like, but there's not much I can do about it right now. Are there any other items that I want to start making and storing? The backpacks and flasks are all well and good, but surely there are other things we could keep our industrial dwarves busy with. There is a newer version of Lazy Noob Pack since yours, Scoundrel. It only came out a week or so ago. Oh, okay. All right, fair enough. Well, we'll move on to that when this fortress fails, I suppose. Or will I try to do Telia's Fabulous Embark one more time? We'll see. Maybe there'll be some beautiful embarks on the new Lazy Noob Pack. Who knows? Only those who've already been looking. So our moody boy is no longer moody. I'm slightly concerned about the sparseness of the cheese here. We don't have a hell of a lot of cheese there, and we used to have more cheese than we knew what to do with. But suddenly, not so much anymore. It's not like we don't have the creatures. We should have plenty of creatures to milk. I mean, look at this sheep pen. I mean, it's madness, right? Just bleating insanity. Left, right and centre. Okay. Have they moved any of this bullshit out of here? No. Nobody's come to move this. Of course they haven't. Why would they do that? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to cancel the dumping orders. How do you like that, motherfuckers? That's right. Ah, dear. There we go. All disabled. Hopefully the next time traders turn up, that'll all get yoinked up to the top, and we will no longer need to worry about our clothing stockpiles being contaminated with tatty old nonsense. Who wants tatty old nonsense when you can get away with lovely, clean stockpiles? I should probably stop the ochre locks being stationed there, to be honest, because that's not ideal. If Yeah, look, they're all standing around on the squasher. We don't want that. The ochre lock's no longer being used for our murder squad. Do I need to set something training here as well? Sure I do. Is it on here? Placed orders. You set it in the barracks, you set it here, and there was one other place. Is it on the squad screen? B T. That was it. Aha! Aha! C. There we go. Hey! Right, okay. Back to the mountain of stasis again then. So we won't leave that training 24 hours a day just yet. We haven't made their barracks, so it can't be done yet. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Everybody settle down. Relax. Cool your jets. Put your tits away. Relax. There we go. So, nobody's coming for this microcline, eh? That's not ideal. I would kind of like them to get rid of that. Okay, I'll probably hang back until you're ready to go, Sal, I think. I bow to your superior knowledge. Interesting. To be fair, you're probably best off taking the advice of the people in chat rather than me, Raz, because I'm not what you would call a Dwarf Fortress expert. This has been a somewhat unusual fortress, or at least an episode, in that I've played more Dwarf Fortress than I have just sat here randomly saying nonsense, which can be the entirety of these streams. There have definitely been streams where I've barely played. Look, people are putting food in the fucking weapon stockpiles. What's this about? Bilberry roast? Bilberry roast? Lots of bilberry roasts and some prepared granite splashes something or other. How rude. Thank you very much for the follow, Raz. Much appreciated. Okay. Maybe our food stockpiles are inadequate. Is that what's happening here? People don't have enough space to put the food down? That can't be the case. Look, the only stockpiles that are even close to full are the egg one, which is pretty full. What's this one? The booze stockpile. And, you know, I don't think bilberry roasts are booze. Oh, a namey. Vabok Mind Punch. Okay. The vampire struck? Question mark. Oh, tits. Pause. Back over to Dwarf Therapist. What have we got going on here? Let's take a quick peek. We had 74 adults, 1 child, and 0 vulnerable babies. We now have... you were correct. You were correct, Harold Beaver. 73 adults, 1 child, and 0 vulnerable babies. 0 vulnerable babies. But who was it? That's the question. That's the question. I don't know who died. Oh, shit, we had a ghost as well, didn't we? Fuck me. Man, I've been getting lax. Let's get our memorial slab on. Alt-S. Dingo Dongo, or Dingo Dong, rather, also needs a memorial slab, as does this guy, but everyone else appears to be memorialised or entombed. Let's keep... Oh, thank you, Sal. Much appreciated. Let's keep going down the list, though, see if we can spot anybody who's not... Oh no, sorry, we're back on Dingo Dong, and these last few are... at least 2 of them are cats. Do I really need memorial slabs for dead cats? It feels extravagant. Feels like if we had a cat and it died and I was asked if we should get a memorial slab, I would say, no, let's not. Let's just leave it at the vets. Maybe I'm an evil man. Maybe I'm a terrible human being. But you know what? Cats can't read. So, I mean, there aren't going to be any cats gathering around the gravestone going, meow, it's what you would have wanted, meow, licking their whiskers. They're not going to do that. They can't read. They're going to go, what's this lump of stone? Has it got anything to do with our dead friend? Probably not. Where is this going? This feels like it's getting into a weird place. Let's pull back for a second. Let's try not to... excuse me. Let's try not to follow through, metaphorically speaking. A couple of memorial slabs going in there. That's nice. And I should probably get the music cracking again, right? There we go. There we go. Xavier St. Cloud, see if your cats ever carve you a memorial slab. No, they won't. Well, I don't have any cats, so they couldn't. But even if I did have cats, they lack the required thumbs for holding a chisel and hammer. Then again, maybe they could carve me a memorial slab out of something a little bit more giving. I mean, they could probably, with their claws, carve something into a bar of soap. But if I had a cat, and then upon my death it carved a memorial slab for me, there would be questions asked. Like, how can this cat read and write? Because presumably it can read. If it's carving words into a bar of soap, then surely it understands what it's doing. I mean, yeah, maybe the universe is large enough that anything that could possibly happen will happen at some point, and it could just be random scrawl that appears perfectly like human speech or human writing. But I find that implausible, to be honest. I find that implausible. It's probably just trying to cover for the fact that it killed me. That's what it's doing. It's like when a serial killer turns up at the memorial and they start sitting there going, oh, I'm getting a power rush. I love it. Oh, I killed the person and nobody knows. Oh, this is great. Because that's how cats are. It looks good. Hopefully Raz's issues with the Dwarf Therapist or DF Hack will be solved. Why have we got miasma over the corpse stockpile? I think that question really answers itself, doesn't it? I don't think there was any real need for me to pitch it. Hopefully it'll get sorted though. Have we got no empty graves? No, look at this. We've got 3 or 4 empty coffins, so we're not yet in a really bad way, but it does kind of make sense to kind of put some more down, because otherwise we're going to have all manner of problems the next time some maniac starts killing people. And I do mean the next time. It's almost guaranteed to happen again. Okay. Good. Sorry, for some reason I've got Alkaline Trio lyrics running through my brain. I just need to go through a mental cycle to purge them out, and then everything should be fine again. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. Guess the butchering spree, probably rotten skin. Maybe. I don't think the rotten skin goes here, does it? What goes into the corpse stockpile? Just corpses. We do have other stockpiles for the skin and whatnot. We do have those set up, but... Oh, they've emptied the clothiers. Ah, excellent. Nice. Okay, so yarn socks, cloth bags, all good. Yarn trousers and yarn dresses. You're going to wear a yarn dress today? Right, what other clothes can we make? We're going to go with yarn, because it is our most abundant material. We've got dresses. Let's make some shirts. Yarn shirts. Alt-W. Yes, I would like to keep a stock of 5 to 10. Sounds good to me. Let's add another one. Tunics. Sure, we're going to add tunics. Alt-W. Yep. Shift-A. Yep. Bongo. Done. And then one more. Coats, togas, cloaks, trousers, caps, hoods. We've already got trousers on the go, haven't we? Maybe I'll make hoods. Yarn hoods? Yeah, let's do yarn hoods. Alt-W, yes please. Shift-A. Great. Lovely. Okay, so we should be giving 5 to 10 of a lot of different pieces of clothing in. Hopefully none of our dwarves will ever have to remain naked again. But we shall see. Shit, did I just close down OBS? Oh crap. No, everything's fine. Don't worry. Stop panicking. Honestly, you're so skittish, you people. Why is Twitch chat so easily sent off the edge? Calm down. Okay, there we go. Let's dealt with that little uprising. I noticed that Mama Sal is running around with less clothes on than she should. Well, let's check this out. I'm going to go over to a therapist. Bear with me just a moment. I'm going to have a little look if I sort everyone by alphabetical order and come down to the M's. Mama Sal currently got her legs and feet uncovered. Oh dear. Oh dear, that's not a good idea. Xavier St. Cloud says, you actually use workflow instead of the in-game manager. Colour me surprised. You know what? We've had people mention that workflow has some issues with not being necessarily not necessarily needing a manager to work, but I do have a manager, so see how it goes. No pants Sal. Quite right. Hopefully some pants will get made soon and you'll be able to wear them. I quite like workflow. I've never really got to grips with keeping stock levels with the manager. I think you can do it. I think it's fairly doable to say I want this much kept in stock and all that kind of gubbins, but workflow, just I learnt it first. Pants are for the weak. Oh my goodness. What a bold statement there. Very bold. Very powerful language. Have we got, so, water skins, shoes, backpacks, trousers and dresses, socks, cloth bags, shirts, tunics and hoods. Why are we not building up any stockpiles of these? I feel like if we've got these made, surely they should be appearing in the stockpiles? Yeah? Question mark? Have we got a lot of socks and stuff sitting in these workshops? Got backpacks in the workshops. Sheep wool dress. Just the one. Interesting. Interesting. I am concerned that we are going to end up not actually getting the clothing that we wanted. Pants for the week, shorts for the weekend. Oh, that's a nice way to put it. I'm currently wearing pajama trousers, so and underpants. Are you an American, Xavier, or are you? Or I'm saying, are you an American or from the UK? Like, there's no other options. But typically, pants in my local parlance means underpants rather than trousers, which I believe the Americans believe pants to be. Toga and shoes will cover all clothing needs. Ah, okay. Maybe I should have done that. I've got something to show you that you'll like. Go to the Z animal screen, press Shift B and press Enter on the second option down. Z animal screen. Yeah. Okay. Press Shift B. And press Enter on the second option down. Did I turn that on, or what's going on here? Only new races. Female kids 5, male kids 1, female adults 5, male adults 1. Oh, excuse me, Jesus Christ, my bum won't shut up. Quiet now. Interesting. Interesting. Aren't we all, though? I mean, I don't feel like the English can be nearly as smarmy about America as they may have been in the recent history. I mean, things are... Let's just say both our countries are like a cauldron of shit boiling over right now. That's how it works. So how do I... Is that on? Have I turned this on? W, toggle watch. No? Start auto watch. Stop auto watch. Okay. Key press kicks it off. V, view in columns. Protected stocks, target max. What? Butcherable. Oh, what have I done? F kids? That doesn't sound right. Enter desired maximum number of female kids. Oh, okay. Female kids, male kids, female adults. So this is the Auto Butcher, the famed Auto Butcher. Capital A, start Auto Butcher. Da 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 da. All races plus new. Okay. Is this good? Is this right? Capital A. Okay, yeah, it was that one. Good. What about this one? Is it all races plus new? Can I do that on there as well? We're all good. We're all good. Do I need to change any of these? Wolves I don't want butchered. We want those for training for war. So R set whole row. No. God, this is all new to me. Adults, toggle watch W. Okay, we're not watching wolves. We are watching turkeys. Sheep. Oh God, there's going to be a massive slaughter. We've got 29 female adults and 25 male adults. This is insane. Rabbits. I want none of any. We don't want any rabbits. So, what am I going to do? capital F. There we go, capital M. Oh. There we go. You little bastards. That'll stop you fucking. Peregrine falcons, fine. Ostriches, I mean, nothing else is over, apart from bobcats. Oh, cats. Okay, that makes sense. Bobcats are fine. We don't want to keep those, though, so W, stop watching them. Cougars, don't watch those. Giant cougars, giant dingoes, giant eagles, jaguars, grizzly bears, all the stuff I might train for war. Stop looking at that. Maybe we should train some of our eagles for war. I was trying to come up with a joke about the eagles that didn't revolve around the Hotel California, but unfortunately I came up very dry. Arid humour. Arid sense of humour there. You can hit W. Yep, I figured that one out, Harold. Thank you. I know Druid's Mead. I'm surprised as you are. I didn't know it was even installed. 137 butchered animals. It's going to take a while. We might need more than 2 butchers' workshops to get through the mess. But we'll see what happens. Now, we've still got our fishery. I thought that had been dismantled, but apparently not. We've still got our kitchen here, and we've still got our plants, our still. Surely the kitchen and the still and everything should be being moved down into the actual dining zone. It has. Okay. Take me to the dining zone. There we go. Next time you're opening a Top Gun themed restaurant, feel free to give me a shout to come up with a little theme tune, because restaurants have theme tunes. That's exactly how they work. Right, the tannery's good, the butchery's good, but we can take out everything except the tannery and butchery and the fishery workshop. We'll leave that here, even though we've told them not to fish. Plus, no fishing. Thanks. Sheep wool shirt, another sheep wool shirt. Maybe we should use a bit of silk, but the thing about silk is I think we should use that for bespoke items, for custom gear, because we've only got yarn as a reproducible item. We can shear sheep and make wool, not a problem, but pigtails, I don't really know if we've actually got on top of the production of pigtails. And silk, we don't really have access to the caverns. Sure, we've breached them, but hopefully we've also closed them off. Let's go and check to see if that's happened. Has that happened? It has, and it looks like we haven't walled anybody in on the other side. Oh, happy days. Wonderful. What a wonderful little outcome. Nobody's come down here to dig this offshoot tunnel, though, which is a bit annoying. Slightly concerned about that, but we'll see how it goes. Okay, coming back up. Back up past cavern layer 1. There we go. Anything interesting going on in this corridor here? Not really. We've got a bit of orthoclase, what looks like a few gemstones. What gems? Oh, it's a vein wall. Okay. Indigo tourmalines. So I could put doors either side of that. You know what? Let's just dig out the goodies. Dig out the goodies. Not the comedy troupe, of course. That would be terrible. Some of them are dead. What's going on here? Why aren't you making me my weapon traps? You've put the cage traps in. I see that. I'm happy with that. But the weapon traps? Not so much. Let's try that again. B, capital T, W. All right, let's wang one in there. Make it with a rhyolite weaponism, and then some serrated green glass discs. Good. D for done selecting. W for weapon trap. Enter. Enter. Shift enter. D. W. Right. Enter. Enter. Down. Oh boy, this is getting tedious. Okay. Well, I'll fill in the gaps, and we'll see if they actually get down to building my serrated green glass weapon traps, which is what I want. I would like for my serrated green glass discs to be used in the defence of the fortress. It seems only right. Otherwise, what the fuck are we making them for? We're going to use them as some sort of weird, dangerous dinner plates? I think that's probably a bad idea, right? Probably a bad idea. There we go. There goes one in there. One in there. Question mark. Have we... Nope, still got loads. Why did that suddenly go further down the list? Sure, whatever. Good. Good. Okay. So, the food stocks don't look as healthy as they have done in the past, but maybe that's because dwarves have just started ditching all of their food in random stockpiles. I mean, is there a reason that we have perch and salmon sitting in the backpack stockpile? Doesn't seem optimal, does it? It feels like a weird thing to have sitting in a stockpile for backpacks. I know if I went to the backpack shop and went, why are there fish here? I would feel like I was asking a valid question. Dining zone is actually fairly clever in this context. Well, thank you very much. Hearing the word peregrine just reminded me of that super old GameCube game, Custom Robo. Custom Robo? I'm not familiar with that. I have a GameCube in the other room. Mind you, the only games I've got are the Resident Evil remake, WarioWare, and Donkey Konga, the bongo game. But we don't have the bongos, we've just got a pad. Which is a shame, isn't it? A Top Gun themed restaurant would serve iceberg lettuce and goose. Pâté foie gras. Maybe it could be a log cabin style diner. A log cabin. Take me to the diner zone. That dining room seems perfectly arranged for a battle royale food fight. What, lots of crying Japanese teenagers? Ah, Nobu! God, I love that movie. I haven't watched that in ages. I don't even know if Kel's seen it. I might have to sit Kel down, dig out my old DVD of it and watch that. I don't think I've rewatched the first one since I had the full-blown disappointment of the second one. I mean, that was nowhere near as good as the first, was it? I would go as far as to say it was bullshit. Absolute toddle. I tell you what, though, the live-action Gantz movie isn't terrible, but it's nowhere near as good as the CG Gantz movie. GANTZ0. It's on Netflix, I think. It's on UK Netflix, at least. I recommend it. Just because it's pretty. It's a gorgeous to look at, like, CG feast for the eyes. Plot-wise, it's perhaps a little light. There's a little light on plot, but if you know the Gantz sort of background, it's probably not too hard. You'll follow it. It'll be fine. Not what's to follow though, really. I mean, come on. Right, it looks like we have our barracks ready, and all of the door switches are done as well. This is good. This is very good. Add, link up to a door. Oh fuck. Oh, fucking hell. Oh, that's okay. They're not too far off the bottom of the list. It's fine. We'll use the fancy mechanisms if we can. There we go. So we go down here. I'd like to add a door. And then we go down, or up the list rather, from the bottom. It's the one in the middle. There we go. Have I got any fancy mechanisms? I've got one there. Got one there. Do that now. And then the final door. Add. Pick up a door. Not the Rhyolite door there. Get out of here, fly. And presumably we don't have any super fancy. No, we don't. These two plus ones will do. There we go. And do that now. Lovely. Get that linked up as quick as we can. I'm going to say, please, the Mountain of Stasis, if you wouldn't mind, could you move into this barracks here? Because that's where you're going to be spending the rest of your unnatural life. Exciting, isn't it? So apparently I can't click on a weapon rack directly to make it into a barracks. Maybe from the armor stand. Forbid, dump, view, hide. So enter for view. No? Huh. How does one make a barracks from an armor stand or a weapon rack? Anyone know? Xavier St. Cloud says, do you know about the dig circle command? I feel your fortress could use architectural variety. Excuse me. It rings a bell. I think I've seen it, but I've never really dabbled with the fancier digging tools. I mean, I might give it a go though. There was a show about Battle Royale food fights. It was called Fighting Foodons. It was very strange and very unheard of anime, similar to Monster Rancher. Interesting. That's the thing about anime. There's good anime out there. There's really good anime out there, well worth a watch. But there are also some terrible fucking animes out there, and there's so many of them. You just have to wade through buckets and buckets of shit to get to them. When they put these mechanisms into these doors, are they then suddenly locked other than by mechanisms, other than by the levers? Because that could prove a problem. Ice Frost King is almost certainly going to end up getting drained by the vampire if we're not careful. I feel like we should probably evict him from this bed before he gets popped like a Capri Sun. Is that linked up? Nope. This one's done. And that one's done. So presumably if we add pull now, this middle lever should open this door. That is the theory. How can the pets go through but not this guy? That doesn't seem to make any sense. Anyone going to pull the lever, or are we just waiting for... Okay, there goes another mechanic. Yep, all the levers are done. Pull that one as well. And this one, there we go, good. Add, pull. Oops. Let's do it now. There we go. Let's get all the doors open. Oh, who dumped sheep wool dress in here? Ice Frost King, you're the only one here. And it's not even tatty. Pick it up, put it on, take it out of here. What is it about this little teeny weeny room with a bed in that's got you interested? Why are you hanging out in there? Not happy with that. Not happy at all, but never mind. We'll have to leave it for now. We can't quite set the barracks up because we haven't pulled all the stone out. That would be the ideal scenario. Get all this crappy stone out. What? No, don't suspend construction. Oh, did anybody say in chat how you do it? Q. Cat flaps not affected? What? Okay, top left we'll go for the barracks. There we go. Bosh. For the mountain of stasis, who can train, who can sleep, who can wear individual equipment and squad equipment? Sure. And then P for position as well. Sure. Is that working now? I think that's good, right? And then we need to set a training schedule up as well, I suppose. Might make sense to pop in some weapons and armour gear. Should I shift one of the Masterwork sets of copper armour up there? I mean, it feels like we want to put special armour on our vampire unit, right? They've got to make them. They've got to be wearing sort of like super cool anime armour, right? That feels sensible. Oh, people are collecting the microcline. Finally. Wait, what? What? Just take it to the stockpile. Did you really have to just shift it? That you cheeky little. Okay, we'll let them move it. We'll let them move it. They'll get round to it eventually. It'll be fine. It will be fine. Raw boulders are the only item I use a quantum stockpile for. One tile dump zone near the workshops. I've got some quantum stockpiles going, but what I'm doing is I'm collecting everything naturally, so to speak, into these stockpiles, and then we dump them into the little stockpiles I've got here. D, B, C. Let's reclaim. Oh. No, C. Reclaim, you silly little devil. There we go. If we reclaim all the shit in this stockpile, it'll be good. But because I've made it a stockpile for Rhyolite, it should all stay in there. No one should come and yank it out and put it in here. That's the dream anyway. That's the hope. That's the hope. Would a door closing from a trigger while something is on that tile cause an atom smasher type thing? The door would be jammed open. Okay. A butterfly corpse jammed open a door. Oh my god, that's got to be so frustrating. So frustrating. I have one guy with a silver scythe. You know what, Raz? I feel like if I can get a lasher, if I can get a whip and train him up as a lasher, that would be amazing. Lashers are, well, I think the phrase is OP, if I am still allowed to use 2-letter combinations after failing to interpret welcome back after my break. Oh my god, what an embarrassment. Oh my goodness, it's 20 to 3. We've only got 20 more minutes. Or maybe a little bit longer if I have to. Hello, extra mundane you catastrophe. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining us. Do dwarves still starve themselves to death if you have the minimum training number too high? Ooh, okay. I didn't know that. I mean, we could put some food in the barracks, though. That was the plan. If we come down a floor, or sorry, go up a floor or two, I thought I'd put a... fuck off. What are you doing? There we go. I thought I'd put a food stockpile in here, because I have put the tables and chairs in. But, turns out, no. No. Why are you putting perch and mussels in here? What is the deal with this? What has suddenly happened with the fortress where they're like, oh, food just goes anywhere. Just bung it wherever you like. No need to worry about putting it somewhere with stuff that it's actually similar to. Because they're very clearly fucking with me here. Mussels and perch. Why? 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 At least they've got a silver hammer in there. And a zinc flask. And a giant grizzly bear leather? Question mark. Why is any of this shit in here at all? This is madness. There should only be silver hammers in that stockpile. Warhammers, silver. And only masterwork or artifact at that. Any suggestions from chat? Any ideas? Sal says, I've been training dwarves in squads of 10 with a minimum of 10 for 3 months and nobody's got hungry, so I think that bug was resolved when they redid the training. Oh, that's good. That's a good sign. That's a very, very good sign. Maybe if I put a little foodie stockpile in there, it will... oh, I don't know. Because they could all just go down to the dining hall, right? It's not that far, is it? Or is it? Is it that far? It might be that far. Have the diggers gone down and started digging? Oh, they have. Look at this. Very exciting days. And they've made it all the way past the caverns. Lovely. With that in mind, let us do some more digging. So, I'm going to do that there and that there. And then we'll do a 3x3 there. Wait. Alright, that's unnecessarily different, but whatever. Then we do that. Then we do that. Then we do that. We do this. Excuse me. And then... oh no, I'm yawning. Why am I yawning? It's only 3:15 in the morning. It makes no sense. Why would somebody yawn at such a sensible hour? There we go. Stairs digging down further. That's good. We're getting ever closer to the candy. I can practically smell it. Blue minty candy. I presume it's minty. It's probably not. Build a door, please. And if you wouldn't mind, pop one here and one here. And I feel like we should probably put a cage trap array down at least, right? Because I now realise I've completely branched out, and if we breach caverns before the cavern baffle takes effect, no, we can't possibly. The third cavern layer won't be one layer below the second. That's insane! Why would the caverns be generated like that? Makes no sense. That's it. Right, coming up here, this is good, very good, nice. Is this all rhyolite in here? No, it's schist. Interesting. Okay, fair enough. How is the rhyolite stockpile doing? It could all do with dumping, to be honest. So, let's do that. Oh, then again, we could start dumping the microcline. Nah, I'm just going to dump that. Then we go Z, stocks, press the E key, type in wheel, press Control N to remove all the ones that don't have stuff on. There we go. Control J. We don't want those, do we? Are there any dumped ones in jobs? There are. Look at these cheeky little devils. There we go, and this one. Oh, and you. I think that's it though, isn't it? Control J, and then we do Shift D, Shift D, Shift D, Shift D, Shift D, Shift D. I'll press Control J again. Still a couple of dumpers. Still a couple of dumpers, but we're fine. We're fine. What's the worst that could happen with a couple of dumpers right there? Okay, so they'll start shifting all that crap and hopefully leaving the wheelbarrows behind. That would be the ideal outcome. Rough Repaz says, they drunk. They probably are drunk. They are dwarves after all, and they love a bit of booze. I was running 710, didn't know it was fixed. Training can now intensify. Good news. Maybe when your squad was appointed, some were carrying stuff that they dropped in the hammer stockpile when they picked up their hammers. Possibly. Might explain the fish in the backpack pile too. Maybe, but I didn't assign that squad. That squad already existed. So, Was there one less dwarf than before the training started, or is cannibalism verboten? Well, as far as I'm aware, they're not eating each other. They shouldn't eat each other, but there's no guarantee. When you run a minimum of 7 in the training schedule for a squad of 10, it's usually the same 7 that go for training, those with the highest discipline. Okay. Okay. Right. If you leave it at 10, up to 10 dwarves will train. Oh, okay. That makes sense. That makes perfect sense. Why are there fish in the flask pile? Do we really need salmon and char in with the copper flasks? I don't think so. I feel like my dwarves are taking the piss somewhat. But there's not much I can do about it right now. Are they not preparing the fish because we don't have a fish preparation zone, whatever it's called, a fishery? Because I think we do have a fishery, don't we? Got a fishery up here. Right there. Then again, I see. It's not actually built. Okay. Maybe they have nowhere to put it and they're just dumping it wherever they find it? I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. Oh, but Cupo might know, because Cupo is better at Dwarf Fortress than me. Aha, mind you, so's Sal. So's Sal, so's Druid's me, so's pretty much everybody in chat. Welcome back, Cupo. Druid's Cupo, that's weird. Thanks for joining us. How's things? How's tricks in Cupo land? Good? Still got gorgeous fortresses, I presume? Cupo also streams, just in case anyone doesn't know, although you probably do. If you watch any Dwarf Fortress on Twitch, you probably know Sal streams, Cupo streams, and then there's Blind IRL as well, who's taken it to, frankly, another level. He's the Krug Smash of Twitch. or something to that nature. Something to that effect. Pardon me. Good lord. When will these windy pops go away? They drop the job when they get an order, or maybe when they go on duty? Possibly. I didn't hear the problem. I haven't played in several months. We've got people just dropping food in random stockpiles. For example, this stockpile here is set to hold nothing but silver hammers of masterwork or higher quality. And as you can see, mussels, sheep tripe, and various types of fish. Dear oh dear. Toot music to my ears. Well, Rough Repaz. Of course, as we all know, the funniest part of a fart is the sound, whereas the least funny part is the smell. It's a shame. It's a shame. There's no such thing as olfactory music. Or perhaps there is, just we don't know. Maybe dogs sing to each other with their bottoms all the time. It's entirely possible. It's entirely possible. I mean, like, we've got music for our ears. We've got paintings and television and all sorts of various things for our eyes. Why not art for the nostrils? Why not? Maybe we should get together and form an art collective and start producing olfactory music. Could be good. Could be good. Hello, Mikey. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us again. I disagree. Everyone loves their own brand. Not always. I have been known to to despair at my own rectum every now and again. The guilty stockpile is behind my webcam. Well. Okay, well, we'll go up a bit and we'll see it then. The funniest part can be the smell if there's no sound. But people's reactions to the smell can be funny. The smell itself has no intrinsic humour. Dong 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 toot. Oh. My dong's not tooting, it's my bottom. It's the other end of my body. Well, the other side of my body. Ba-dum-bum-bum. That's called perfume. Whoa. Oh, you're blowing my mind. You're right, it is called perfume. Heavens above. It's quantum. Oh, is that what it is? Is that why the fish are ending up in my stockpiles? They're quantum fish. Dear oh dear. Flowers. Are flowers art? I suppose flower arranging is a kind of art. And I suppose you have like gardening and stuff which can be a form of art, like the Chelsea Flower Show and whatnot. But true. Even when it's vile, it's delightful, says Mikey. Oh, heavens above. A strong self-lover. I mean, that's not what I meant. That's not exactly... That came out bad. That was bad phrasing. Fresh bread and coffee is art to my nasal senses. Oh, I do love the smell of coffee in the morning. Fresh bread you can't go wrong with, really. Is there anybody out there in the world who doesn't like the smell of fresh bread? What a churl. What a surly motherfucker. Come on. Fresh bread smells great. The other end of my... no. The other side. My front, not my back. Well, actually, technically, my bumhole is on, like, literally on my bottom, isn't it? It's on the underside, pointing downwards, ideally. I mean, who knows? Maybe someone in chat has a misplaced bumhole. It's possible. I've heard of it happening. The breeding of flowers to smell nice. That's true. That is also a thing. Breeding flowers smell like sneezing. You know what? I don't like the smell of most flowers. I find a lot of flowers, to me, smell like faintly of piss or shit. And I know for a fact that some flowers definitely gain their odour from a faint version of the same chemical that gives poop its distinctive smell, or the same sort of like things, which is probably why I think it. And you know what I can't stand? Fucking lilies. God, they stink. Absolutely horrible things. Gluten-sensitive people, they can still have bread, right? That'll be fine. I mean, they can't get like poisoned by the smell, can they? Oh my goodness. I have olfactory synesthesia. Sometimes I see smells. Opium is super purple. Presumably the perfume and not the 19th century drug. Not that it is, obviously it's still a thing, but I whenever I think of opium dens, I always think of sort of perhaps like the Victorian era. Good old Sherlock Holmes lying on a little bench with a tiny, thin, long pipe. One of those pipes that's about a foot long with a tiny little bowl in the end. I'm not addicted to cocaine. I just like how it smells. It smells like money, doesn't it? What about lilacs? Those smell lovely. Maybe? I'm not sure. I couldn't bring the smell of lilacs to mind. I'll have to try them next time I see them. Lilacs smell like old people. I mean, lavender also has that. Lavender and rosewater do have the faint hum of the elderly about them, don't they? You go to an old people's home, and if you're lucky and it doesn't smell of piss, it smells of sort of rosewater and lavender. Maybe that's just the UK. Have I ever told the story about the time I delivered adult nappies, aka diapers, to old people's homes? I had a van full of fucking crap sacks in the back, and I was just going from old people's home to old people's home in Kent, dropping off like boxes and boxes of the things. Cool, we met some characters there. There was an old lady in a wheelchair that had a built-in ashtray on the front of it, like mounded high with like fag butts sticking in the ashtray. And she wheeled up to me and my mate Jim. She looked me in the eye and went, "I can smell death." And I thought, I'm surprised you can smell anything. She was a scary lass. she freaked us out. Roses smell like grannies to me, says Sal, and Mikey disagrees, but I grew up with 2 big bushes in my backyard. Ooh. Lilacs remind me of spring because we had a couple of lilac trees in our backyard when I was a kid. Every May. Cannabis smells like hippies. That's true. That's true. Or do hippies smell of cannabis? I can't be sure. I'll have to ask myself next time I check. What was I going to say? Has anyone ever come across those bushes that smell like decomposing fish? There was one on when I was a kid. I used to ride my bike to a friend's house, and there was a point where I'd have to hold my breath for a good minute as I rode past this one house that had horrible, stinking bushes that kind of had this sort of ming of rotten fish about them. Also, apparently there are trees that smell like spunk. Is it the larch tree? I'm not sure. Poplar? I don't know, but apparently it smells of cum. According to a sketch, so that may be factually inaccurate, but I'm not entirely sure. I feel like the people who did that sketch would probably check, right? They'd have a sniff. I mean, being a seer of doom in a retirement home, it's not exactly Derren Brown levels of sorcery. No, that's true. I mean, to be honest, I could smell death as well. But I didn't want to say anything to that effect. I didn't want to spook the rest of the residents. That would have been a bad. You could have had an old people stampede, and that's the last thing you want. Hundreds of fragile people all running for the fire exits, trampling each other. It'd make quite a mess. But no, it was a Mitchell and Webb sketch. Look it up. Go to YouTube and search cum tree. No, don't. That's unlikely to come. It's unlikely to end well. What was it called? It was the sketch involved a tree being gifted to Queen Victoria from, I don't know, an American president, whoever would have been one of her presidents, and they were all noticing how spunky the tree smelled, but trying not to admit they knew what spunk smelled like. I'm not sure. I'll have to look for it. It's not as good as the "Are We the Baddies" sketch, but it's a goodie. It was a good one, well worth a watch. That's true. YouTube does tend to be quite good at keeping the old nography off of its platform. They're quite clever like that. I suppose there are other platforms to absorb all that material, right? They are there to soak up what is being offered. Such imagery. Such terrible... Linden trees, that was it. The linden tree. There we go. Easy peasy. It's definitely the linden tree. Linden. And there's the very Mitchell and Webb sketch. There we go. Everybody can have the proof that they need. The proof that they desire. Oh god, I've been leaving the game running in the background while paying very little attention to what's going on. At least the vampire's still sitting in there, and looking at it, they've got most of the microcline out too. There's just this little cross arrangement of brimstone. Oh, that's different. That's different from orthoclase. Get enough of that together and hypothetically they could create gunpowder, which would change everything. Everything. Or would it? Who knows? Apparently it's not necessarily guns that change everything. I'm sure people have heard of the Comanche and how they held back people with guns for a long time using bows and arrows and horses, much like the Mongols. Ah, dear. Are we nearly there? I think we've done them. Are we? It's 1 minute to 3 a.m, which means I should probably be checking to see who to raid, shouldn't I? I should be trying to figure it out. Also, do I lock the vampire door before the end of the stream? Nah. What's the worst that could happen? Somebody gets their blood drained out of them. I mean, come on. It's not the end of the world, is it? I mean, for them, you could argue that it is. But for everybody else, I mean, it's probably going to be fine. What's this? A pile of bismuth bronze bolts. Why? Where did that come from? Our fortress seems to be producing or spontaneously producing very random shit. Like fish and other forms of food are appearing in random stockpiles. I've got bolts appearing out of nowhere. I mean, I've not built any bolts, and I'm pretty sure we haven't bought any bolts. We've got no real practical use for bolts. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh, Dwarf Fortress, when will you give up to me all your deepest secrets? When will you initiate me into the mysteries? And why the fuck are the weapon traps not building? I've definitely designated these traps multiple occasions, and yet for some reason they don't see fit to actually work. Is it low quality mechanisms or something? I remember before we had trouble with low quality mechanisms in weapon traps, and instead of them just buzzing round and grinding up anyone who stood on them, they sort of pinged spinning green glass discs in all directions. But maybe that's just me. Maybe that's just me. What have we got here? Turquoise. Oh, very nice. A lovely little turquoise cluster. And some galena. Oh, lovely. What's this? What have we got here? Sphalerite. Okay, I'm not seeing the most exciting of ores around here, but... Oh, tetrahedrite. That's... Is that an iron ore? I don't think it is it? Ah, we'll see. We'll see. These corridors are all very ripe for mining. We should probably start putting in some vein mining orders next time, I think. Get a lot of these resources out of the walls and into our stockpiles. It'll be good. Like Billy Ocean imploring that woman to get out of his dreams and into his car, we shall implore the fortress treasures to get out of our walls and into our stockpiles. It's going to be great. It's going to be happy days for everybody. Mitchell and Webb football fan sketches by far my favourite. I'm not sure I remember that one. I've definitely seen them all when they were first broadcast, but I don't have them all committed to memory. I've discovered on YouTube there's like a couple of programmes that apparently were on with some of my favourite comedic actors in, and I'd never fucking heard of them. There's this series called Monkey Trousers that's got like Bob Mortimer, you know the guy from IT Crowd who goes, "Father!" What's his name? Matt Berry, Toast of London. It's got loads of people in it. It's got Mackenzie Crook in it. It's got fucking Angus Deaton in it. I mean, when was the last time you saw Angus Deaton in anything? Anyway, where were we? Catch up with chat. A cross of brimstone in the vampire room. I wouldn't go writhing 20 levels, Z levels off of it. No, it feels like it's an ominous sign, doesn't it? Is it holding the vampire back, perhaps? Is it some kind of crucifix type deal? I'm not sure. The vampire seems to be trotting around a bit in there, but we shall see. We shall see. Silver and copper, okay. We haven't had any goblinite in this fortress yet, Bahantone. We haven't had any goblins attack, I don't think. We might have had a siege maybe about a long time ago. It's been very quiet for a very long time, actually. I'm fond of the working from home sketch. It's pertinent. Ah, I think I remember that one, actually, vaguely. Vaguely. I'm going to have to go back and watch some Mitchell and Webb tonight, maybe. Then again, I've got a lot of options. I'm probably going to watch at least one thing after the stream to wind down. Because you know what? Much as I'm tired, I'm going to stop this stream now. And then there's no way I'm getting to sleep before 5. And probably not until about 6 o'clock. So I'm going to need something to just to slowly absorb between now and sleepy time. I've already done the dishwasher. Ah, nice. Better go poke the goblins. Send the vampire to steal things. Once we've powered him up. Because the thing is, I tell you what, we're pausing. We're going to pause. This is the end of the stream. So if anyone's only here for Dwarf Fortress, feel free to toddle off. It's up to you. But we will be doing a little bit of wind-up chat, as in winding the stream up, not winding people up. That's rude. But my dream here is to make him train up to be like an immortal special forces squad, like an elite cadre of vampiric troops. And every time we get one, we'll pop them in the room and get them training, because of course they don't need to sleep and all that jazz. So, fingers crossed it'll work well, but there are no guarantees. Just like this little Ocelot fella lying in his bed here has no guarantees of continued life, because if old Vampy here gets thirsty, your neck is going to get pierced. It's not an ideal place to sleep, Ocelot. If you wouldn't mind, just please remember this is a sacrificial bed. What I should have done is dug a secondary bedroom off of here to put the bed in and then kept that room closed. Actually, maybe I should do that. Then again, I've got to cut through a detailed wall, haven't I? What's on there? Engraved on the wall is a superiorly designed image of leather armour by Spider Jim Fathmadan. Okay. The Drip of Depression. Heavens above. Have they all got such expressive names? Engraved on the wall is a superiorly designed image of Bahuntom Shipstasis the Dwarf and Tidy Gear Spreads the Dwarf by Arscandal's Ubulzontir. Bahuntom Shipstasis is making a plaintive gesture. Tidy Gear Spreads is striking a menacing pose. The artwork relates to the mortal wounding of the dwarf Bahuntom Shipstasis by the dwarf Tidy Gear Spreads in Cryptbeards in the early summer of 506. Oh, heavens above. Quite the story. You know what? I don't think we can risk blazing through these highly detailed little dioramas on the wall. Oh, actually, we could dig through this just smooth wall, couldn't we? The barracks doesn't actually have engraved walls. That's right. What a way to find out you're dead. Looking at a little engraving on a wall going, oh, this is an interesting art piece. What does this depict? Wait a minute. That's me. No. Not ideal. Not an ideal outcome. Anyway, what we're going to do now is we're going to save, because otherwise I'm going to sit here waffling on for ages. You can cut through a superior wall. Does it not upset the dwarves if I do that? I thought it upset the dwarves, but we'll see. We'll see. Right, where's my phone? I've got to open up the Twitch app and see who's playing Dwarf Fortress so we can give them a little raidy raid. Because why not? Everybody gets to keep watching Dwarf Fortress. Somebody else gets a few extra viewers. I get to go to bed without feeling like I left everybody in the lurch. We've got Blue Zest. Blue Zest always loves a little raid. Is there anybody else? Because Blue Zest isn't exactly starving for viewers. So let's have a little check to see if there's anybody who might want it a bit more. We've got Ms404 Not Found, who we raided last time. So maybe we'll give Zesty a raid, and then the next time, if it's a tie between them, we give Ms404. Or did you guys like Ms? Should we go raid him again? We could. We could. No problem, Bahuntom. You get to bed and have a good old sleep. Nighty-night. It's only engravings of masterwork quality that they get upset about. Oh, okay, we could do that then. Maybe next time I'll dig through it. Cold water on knackered teeth. Not ideal. Not what I would call ideal. In fact, I wouldn't even call it pleasant, let alone ideal. I'll tell you what, we'll raid Blue Zest. We'll raid Blue Zest. He loves a bit of a raid. Let's do it. Okay, so /RAID space BLUEZEST TV. That's the W, not a V. There we go, fantastic. Okay, the raid's all set up, and now I can just shut down Dwarf Fortress in the background. And while I'm doing that, I can say thank you very much for watching. It's been a genuine pleasure streaming for you. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. Apart from my regular scheduled Dwarf Fortress streams, I've been playing a lot of Crusader Kings with Chunky Nut lately. So keep your eyes peeled during the UK daytime. Probably not tomorrow, but maybe Tuesday onwards. And hopefully you'll get a chance to catch our little game. We're playing as Ireland and Scotland and attempting to get the world in a stranglehold and take control. Should work out all right, I think. Should work out all right. Scotland and Ireland, quite a good power play. I mean, I've already taken over Iceland. I mean, obviously. Fantastic, right? Yeah? Anyway, once again, thanks a lot for watching. It's been a pleasure. Please enjoy, no problem, Rough Repairs, bye-bye. Please enjoy Blue Zest TV. He's a lovely fella. And, be nice. Bye. Bye. Bye, 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 bye.